Hey everybody, welcome back to some more Smashcade action. It's been a hot minute since I've been here. My name is WonderfulSkiff, and with me I've got Vance. How you doing today?
I am doing great, Skiff. I know you're pretty much running the ringer today, man. You're over there doing with Gucci. Now we're here. I'm a pretty busy man, dude. It's great to see you after Monday, and then also hearing your commentary just recently.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you. No, for those unaware, Team Liquid and Gucci collabed for a Mega Man only tournament last night. It was a lot of fun. Got to do commentary with Gucci. Secured that Twitter follow. It was pretty sick. But yeah, no. We also actually just did commentary not too long ago for 2GG, the Mega Smash Mondays, right? Or
yeah. Mega Smash Mondays with them.
Yeah. And that was a lot of fun. That's something I've been trying to get into. And so me and Vance were actually able to work with each other for a little bit there. So that was a good time. I actually had a lot of fun in that one.
Yeah, it was a great Monday. MSM always makes Mondays feel a little less blue, even though it is based off the Blue Bomber himself. But Skiff, we're here for SMASHCADE Online. I got some names out here for some of you guys. Particularly one who I know is dominant. Well, I wouldn't say dominant per se, but he's definitely a threat when you enter those Nintendo events, and that's going to be Lights. I see his name here on the bracket, of course. He just picked up first at DNA.exe around a couple days ago, right over WebJP, which is a Lucas main out there. So Lights is definitely one of those names if you guys are just tuning in to be out for. I know if you've entered, like I said, if you enter into those Nintendo events, his name might have popped up. We might be seeing Lights here pretty soon. Of course, he's one of those matches that is in winners top 128. I also have here from my home state here, Nijin, the Fox from San Diego. Just a couple of names to throw out there for you guys to be aware of who in terms of talent we're going to see today.
Yeah, no, definitely there's quite a few people here in general. Obviously, Lights is a very big favorite to take this tournament. Very talented player. A little bit controversial sometimes with some of the way they handle things, but you cannot deny the talent that this player brings to the table week in, week out. On top of that, we have other players. We have Nationwide. Nationwide's actually a Bowser Jr. main who I absolutely love watching play. The last time I actually got to do commentary for them, they were facing off against Skew, I believe, who's a Banjo main, at a Smashcade event, and it was one of the best sets I've ever done commentary for. It was so much fun. So Nationwide, I don't know if they're projected to make a big, deep run to this tournament, but I love watching them play. One of my favorite players for sure. Outside of that, we have, we got Lava Cookie, also very talented. Reggie Shikimi, also very good, and Conkydorf as well.
Yeah, Reggie Shikimi, definitely one of those names. Not too sure. Like, that's the thing. That's what's crazy about the Wi-Fi space. Lights, not to be confused with any other name, of course, that is King_Chris at his Twitter. There's some people might get that lost, like myself. I know Reggie Shikimi, that might be, I'm pretty sure that is the same Reggie from Mexico who uses the original, I would say the original father of the Game & Watch tech from way back then.
Yep, that is the same. They could definitely make a very deep run here. Very, very talented player in general. They made some deep runs recently at, I'm trying to think of the tournament. We just had one of those big online majors not so long ago. I can't remember what it was.
I know
they did a really big. What's up?
No, I'm trying to say. Was it Gommel, the NA Open?
It might have been Gommel. Yeah, the Open one for that. It was a bigger event. I can't quite remember who it was exactly, but I think I remember one of my buddies actually ended up having to play Reggie Shikimi in bracket, and it was a tough matchup for him.
Oh yeah, Reggie goes all the way back. Even back here in SoCal, he had a little bit of a rivalry between him and one of our players who just actually moved out of SoCal recently. So yeah, Reggie's definitely one of those players. I tell people, you may not see him more front and center like Meister, but he still has a lot of the experience from way back when in Brawl, one of those Brawl vets, and still one of those names that's still a threat if you see him in bracket, alongside other players like this. I'm rooting for Nijin, of course, Fox from San Diego. I don't see a lot of SoCal players enter Wi-Fi tournaments. That's just how they are sometimes. But whenever I see one, I'm always rooting for him. Of course, rooting for my home state. Just like how I'm rooting for the Lakers taking over the Heat.
Ooh, man, and let me tell you, I had people trying to tell me that the Heat were going to take that in 5, 6, or 7. And I was telling them they're wrong. I said at best it was going to be Lakers or at worst, I guess, for the Lakers in 6. But right now they're currently up 2-0. They're looking great. And let me tell you, look, love them or hate them, you know that as soon as the Lakers win that championship, we're going to see LeBron say this is for Kobe. And if that doesn't make you cry, you're just not a person. That's simply what it is. True. So You know, and
That
I'm
would,
not much of I'm not a big Lakers fan, but I love LeBron, so I'll say let's go Lakers for this.
yeah. That'll be the big win for a lot of us here in LA for what 2020 has done. So definitely, I've seen the Lakers. It's been a while. I know we're talking about sports here, but of course we all watch sports, and definitely I love watching basketball. But it's been a hot minute since we've seen the Lakers in such a big state. It's been a few years since they've gone into the finals, and to actually be 2-0 with such a lot of momentum. I am really excited to see the Lakers and what they can do, especially now being 2-0. And like you said, right, it's for Kobe. So yeah, if they do make it to the finals, man, you got to be human and definitely share tears of joy once you hear them say that.
Right. I'm also a big fan of basketball. I love basketball too. So, I mean, I remember on that day, man. Oh, I cried. That was a tough day for basketball. But as much as I could go on for hours talking about basketball and like how much it means to me, we got some Smash action coming up here. Super excited. It's been a while since I've done an event for Smashcade, so I'm just happy to be back working for Icy here. Icy's been a pretty good friend of mine since this whole pandemic situation has started. Absolutely great person to work with. So.
Yeah, I agree. I happen to have the beautiful running and chance of getting to work with ICD last Smashcade. For some of you guys remembering, I kind of handled the mic a little bit solo, but I'm happy to be joined. I'm definitely happy to be back here. And shout outs to IC, because I know it's a lot of work to put in some of this production work, but not only that, to put in a lot of work into running the stream as well and getting cast and talent as well. So I'm happy to actually, like when I saw you on Monday, I'm happy to see that we could also work together on Monday and then come full circle and work here on Saturday, Skip. So, shout outs to Icy for also recognizing talent such as yours and such as mine, and to bring us out here on this week.
And for sure, no, and after that Monday, like I was actually really happy. If for anybody who's looking, Vance is a wonderful talent to work with. I was able to click with him very, very quickly, so I appreciate you for that one. And it's always just nice to kind of get that early little like interaction before another event, because now we kind of have a little bit of an idea of how we're going to work off of each other and to see if we can bring some good events and some good times today.
Yeah, definitely. Good times on a Saturday evening for you guys, of course. It is still, I think if I look at my phone here, it's 3:07 currently. It's a little bit in the afternoon, a little bit on the hot side here in SoCal. I don't know. How's the weather over there, by the way, Skiff?
Oh, well, right now we're in North Dakota, so like it's starting to get dark a lot sooner. It gets to the point during the winter here where the sun will be down by about 5 o'clock. So, yeah, it gets a little crazy. I'm ready to start moving soon, so that'll be exciting. But yeah, no, North Dakota is strange because like in the winters it's dark by like 5 p.m., but in the summers like you can still see some sunlight out by like 10:30 at night. It's just it gets really crazy, but how the axis and all that stuff works. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not like a scientist or anything, but but yeah, no, weather's not too bad. How's everything down there? Is it still a little crazy going on, or?
Yeah, it's been pretty hot. We've been having I'm crazy because I'm wearing a flannel, but I have the AC blasting, so I kind of have to have a little bit of both worlds here. Kind of cold, but not cold enough where I'm suffering here. But yeah, it's hot. It's 100 degrees here in SoCal. The weather is gonna be pretty warm for the next few days. SoCal is always. We get summer to last all the way even up until December. I think I traveled out to GTX back in 2018, and that was beautiful. It was beautiful. It's a beautiful Utah, and I was happy that they had like 60 to 70 degree weather in September. And now that I'm here in 2020, I'm kind of stuck at home. I was like, great, now I have to deal with the heat a little bit longer, and especially because it's still bright outside actually.
Yeah. I mean, still got a little bit of sunlight there, so but yeah, so sorry for the hold up in action here. Looks like we're kind of having some technical difficulties dealing with some other players. Looks like someone might have been multi-turning. I don't know for sure, but we will be getting another match on here real soon.
Yeah. So just stick with us, guys. Don't touch that mouse. Don't touch that keyboard. Well, shoot us some answers, guys. Of course, you guys don't know. Today is kind of a funny way of saying it's Saturday, but it feels like a Minecraft Monday of news because, like, we got the Steve gameplay that happened earlier this morning, and then we also have more Minecraft news that happened actually at their online event. So it's just been a plethora of like just Minecraft news all around. It's a great time to be a Minecraft fan, so to say. Oh
yeah, for sure. And like, here's the thing: like when Steve got announced, I wasn't surprised. Like a lot of people are acting like there's a lot of people who are super happy. I'm happy for those people. Steve is not necessarily one of my picks, but like the more I saw like the memes and the jokes that popped up afterwards, and just I watched the video a couple more times. I became more excited for the character because like he's such an Steve and just Minecraft in general is such an iconic part of video games in general. It's a high-selling video game of all time. We saw thousands of like crafting games coming out after that. People just inspired by this. Like I started playing this game back when I was like 16 or 17, so that's like back in like 2008 or 9, I think, when it was only solely a creative mode. And
I remember that.
It's been a long time. So like seeing that happen, I'm like, you know what, that makes me happy. So like anybody who says that Steve doesn't deserve a spot, you're crazy. But yeah, watching that video today, I kept trying to say like, nah, I think he'll be like a mid-tier character, like in terms of competitive, but like in free-for-all, he's probably gonna be a blast. But after watching some of that stuff today, he might be dangerous, like real dangerous.
Yes. He looks dangerous. My good friend Charlie, I was watching the stream with the reactions, so I know Charlie is scared. If you're anybody who has a poor recovery or a recovery that is susceptible to being walled, like if you're Fox, Pika, Wolf, Pitts, even Joker when he gets Arsene, man, those building blocks are not going to be the building blocks of life, but they're going to be the building blocks of death. So yeah, that character is looking mighty scary. But yeah, whether you love him or hate him, I think Steve is, alongside Banjo and Joker, I think Steve is one of the most hypest announcement characters you can have in a fighting game ever. So to say, right, like if you look at other fighting games like Tekken, yeah, they got some really great characters like Akuma and Geese and of course Noctis, but do they have Steve and Banjo and Terry in the same? I don't think so.
I mean, that's a really good point to bring up. But yeah, like it's Smash Bros is 100% the greatest crossover game of all time. There's nowhere else you're gonna find so many characters from so many iconic franchises in one game battling it out. It will not happen anywhere else. And if it does, like, I mean, it takes so long because like Smash Bros again is already like it's built itself up like for so many years as a crossover game in general. Like it was already like one of the greatest crossover games. And then it was back in Brawl where they announced Brawl and you saw Snake at the end. That was insane. And like, I can't even tell you how crazy it was when I woke up that one morning before school and I saw Sonic announced for Smash Bros. I blitzed it down to the bus stop and me and all my friends were losing our minds. And like, since then, it's just been adding more characters from franchises outside of Nintendo, just making this game in general just, again, the greatest crossover of all time. Like, it just won't stop.
Yeah, it's look, if I would have been, my 9-year-old self would have been blowing his entire mind, begging his mom to buy a Switch and buy this game. If you could tell me I can have Cloud fight Steve from Minecraft and then have Snake fight Banjo-Kazooie, I would have never imagined. I would have told you, where did you find this image on 4chan? So I can have it as my picture because it's amazing to see it all together.
Right.
So I kind of want to talk about these two players here. I guess we're getting ready to queue up here. We have the Shigura versus ArcPro. Shigura coming up as a Crom main from Lubbock, Texas, all the way from Texas. Shout out to Texas. Got a few friends out there who just recently moved to Texas, but also have been from Texas. I have the beautiful pleasure of interviewing Space if you guys are into that beautiful Smash scrolling that he creates, and he comes from Texas. So shout out to Shigura from coming out here. He is a Crom main all the way from Texas, and then we have ArcPro looking like a Diddy main coming out here from SoCal. I don't know what specific region of SoCal. SoCal is very, very huge here. But let's get away with the explanations here. Let's get right into the match. It is going to be Roy versus Diddy Kong as our first match on the stream for you guys.
For sure. And that's the crazy thing about SoCal is that your guys' scene is so huge, there's no way you can know everybody. But like at North Dakota, I know every single player who enters an event out here. There's no surprise. But here we are. We're going to be starting off on PS2, getting Smashcade Online started.
Yeah, and right there, you can already see ArcPro looking to set up the banana trick play. That's usually how you want to control the pace against Roy. Roy is so fast and so strong in terms of just raw knockback and damage that if you're a character like Diddy Kong, your name of the game here is to stop his movement and limit his options. Look at that line over there. He knows he has the directional air dodge to that platform or face a banana trap.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of Diddy Kongs I've been seeing because I've had the pleasure of being able to do commentary for Tweak and Aaron's Diddy Kong recently. And the name of the game for this character, especially with that banana in hand, is bait and punish. Trying to get them to slip up or be too aggressive, landing on them with that banana, and just finding ways to rack up a lot of damage or just take stocks.
Yeah, if you look at Diddy Kong's toolkit as a whole, too, like you said, bait and punish is the name of the game here, right? Oh, great jab already to the raw back air. Not able to finish it off, but good with the Zair drop. You lose invincibility, but ArcPro's still able to survive with that hard monkey flip coming back to center stage.
Yeah, no, really good on Arc Pro, not giving up on that stock there, being able to get back that monkey flip, like you said, allowing him to get back on the stage, just kind of getting some of that control. And what a tough spot to be in. Shigeru's going to find a way to keep that pressure going, forcing Arc Pro to just kind of lose that stock right there. But sitting at 144, that stock is going to disappear as soon as that banana touched him, forcing Shigeru to slip up.
Yeah, you talk about, right, like bait and punish, right? A character that can set up traps and effectively whiff punish opponents for their overextensions is incredibly powerful. But if you look at Diddy Kong, he doesn't even fall short in the close range combat, right? He's got some pretty great fast acting frame data moves that allows him to just box opponents or actually just take away stocks just like that whenever you're so close. That down tilt immediately to dash attack a corner. Man, if Tweak is not doing a combo here, it's Arc or trying to put on the show and making sure this Roy knows who he's up against.
Yep, for sure. No, Diddy Kong has definitely been one of those characters that's been getting a lot of, I don't want to say notoriety, but it's gaining a bit more popularity lately. When you got people like Aaron being taking those big runs in some tournaments lately, and then we got Tweak putting that on too. But it doesn't matter because Shigeru is going to find a way to get that set up into that forward smash, getting the strong hit too, with that being closer to the hilt of the blade to close out that stock. And now he's got a pretty solid lead to see if they can get any extra credit.
Yeah, I like a little bit of that mix-up coming up from Arc Pro just because he went for a little bit of a stall right after he got the trip, goes for the hard flip. Watch the barrels, man, because they'll always kill you when you're least expecting. Diddy can actually still control those even after losing them, so he knows where he's aiming them.
Yeah, for sure. And I thought that was going to be a really dangerous spot there because he did kind of get that trade. I thought there was a chance that Arc Pro wasn't going to be able to make it back to stage. But fortunately for Arc Pro, he had just enough time and space to be able to get back to no problem. And man, Shigeru, super close to actually closing out that stock, but getting the weak hit on that forward smash.
Oh, we'll talk about being super close to your Arc Pro with a great understanding of like, okay, you know what? He may be close to my stock, but I still have the opportunities here. As long as I hold my life and my percents, I can go for some mix-ups here. And I like those empty hops here. Watch out for the raw backer after the jab. You gotta be, those are really hard situations there, right? When you're at the ledge, you look at situations where, how do I come back without taking less damage? I have banana in play. I do have barrels. But at those situations where Roy's just pressing some of his best buttons like jab, and then he gets that raw backer when you slip up, it's really hard to kind of like evaluate those options. They're good stuff though to Shigeru kind of closing out. I did mention he's a Crom main, but also, of course, if you main Crom, you can also main Roy. They're kind of both. That's the beauty of having him as an echo fighter.
Yeah, and now maybe there's just a little bit of something about trying to use the trying to use Roy over Crom here because Crom, like, he has a pretty decent recovery, but if you have some sort of way to exploit that recovery, because he kind of has to recover from straight under the stage, or under the ledge, I mean, which we can see Diddy Kong with that banana can really slip up a bunch of stuff, so maybe that's why we're seeing a Roy here. I don't know, just taking a kind of a guess. But right now, man, Arc Pro going to start off this game 2 with a hot start, putting on 50% nearly, but almost ending that stock, too.
Yeah, you can already tell Shigeru a little bit, not necessarily on the defensive side, but he's well aware of his percent. I like a little bit of the mix-up here. He shows the back towards his opponent, so he can either land that back or that up air, immediately knowing, okay, Arc Pro, if you want to come from the ledge or from the side of the stage here, you're going to have to face up one of my moves. Good parry. All right. I like that. Yeah, trying to set up some kind of empty hop or a Z drop.
Yep. So, yeah, Shigeru's doing a really good job here actually trying to use these platforms and it looks like they're trying to bait Arc Pro into coming up to see him because we've seen Shigeru now drop through platform twice with that up air and trying to get some combos going from there. So, I wonder if we're going to continue to see some of that platform play or if Arc Pro's going to find other ways to kind of force him out of that.
Yeah, it all comes up to Arc Pro and how well he can handle against Roy. Roy's one of those characters that when it comes to the air, he's no shortage of damage. I like that jab. He tries to read the panic option from Arc Pro, unable to find it. Most opponents will usually go for like a roll off for that situation, in which Shigeru was keen to find that.
Yep. Oh, okay. Very interesting spot right there. Going to get that spot dodge into that jab. And it looks like Shigeru is really trying to put that pressure. Oh, my God. He tried to put so much pressure on him. He threw that banana, knocking Arc Pro out of his barrels. And Arc Pro having enough sense to say, hey, you know, man, these things are remote control. You're going to lose your stock now for that one. Super fortunate spot for Shigeru, but way to go. Wow.
That good stuff on the jab. I'm sorry, not jab. I was going to say dash attack. They're able to quickly take care of the stock. You want to keep it as close as possible. Diddy is one of those characters, bait and punish. But once he continues to find that momentum and that swing of things, he is able to steamroll you right before you know it. A little bit of that interesting air dodge there, but Arc Pro gets back on the stage with the hard flip. No problem indeed. I kind of want to see how Shigeru is going to start to slowly look to punish that. A lot of Diddy's live and die by that side B.
Yep, and actually good stuff from Shigeru there, actually opting for the down tilt version of that side B at the end, just to kind of rack up that extra damage, having that sense that, hey, I may as well just take the damage over potentially going for the stock, because this isn't going to be enough. Arc Pro is only at 50%, but still finding a way to get that stock out of there anyway. Arc Pro is definitely on the defensive. He's got to find out something quick here, or he's dropping a loser's bracket. This is his final stock.
Yeah, final stock, and of course, we're not in best of 8 territory here, so, sorry, best of 5 territory in top 8 yet, so we'll get there soon enough, but hey, our pro's got to survive the best of 3 scenario here, and so far, he's looking himself for that ledge, like you said, right, bait and punish here. He looked to set up that banana to cover the ledge, but also get that downer, because he knows where Roy was going.
Yeah, that beautiful teardrop banana just to get that down air. I kind of call that like the Aaron special. I see Aaron go for that so many times and he's so consistent. So maybe Arc Pro took some notes. Maybe he just already knows about it anyway, but doesn't matter. Shigeru gonna get that jab, knowing the air dodge was coming in, and finishing it off with that forward smash to move on to the next round of winners here.
You got to give it Arc Pro. Look, he knows what he was playing for, right? That winner side life of tournament, and in those situations, like I said, when you're at the ledge, there's a lot to evaluate, especially against a character like Roy. We've seen how Goblin is so explosive with that character. We've seen what Comona can do with Roy here. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of the highlights here of this recent match. There goes the banana there. She's gonna whip the grab there. I like that counterplay. Don't let Diddy have too much with the banana, but like you said, the barrels are remote controlled and you can't slip up on them.
And there we go. We see that jab set up at the ledge so many times that Shigeru's been consistent with, but it doesn't matter. That was the craziest play, I think, of the game. Arc Pro having enough sense to still control those barrels and take that stock. Here we go. This is where we got that little angel drop there. Yeah, that was super nice. Super nice stuff. Great stuff from both players. I don't feel like either player was really like overwhelmed or anything like that. Like, obviously we saw that Shigeru is the one who took the victory here, but Arc Pro definitely put their name on the table. They made a lot of great plays, so I don't think you should feel bad about their gameplay at all.
No, not at all, especially at the ledge, right? I talked about how Roy is one of those great characters. He doesn't really suffer so much in the air there. As a matter of fact, trying to challenge Roy in the air is kind of scary unless you're a character like Zero Suit Samus, who has a better disc strength than Roy's, sort of say it's a stubby sword, right? So when you look at Roy and you look at what he can do with jab, or we can look at forward smash, raw back air, up air, he can catch a lot of your scenarios when you try to come back from ledge. Then it leaves you to try to make sure that you're kind of walking on eggshells when you're coming from the ledge. And Arc Pro, he kind of got stuck in a little bit like, okay, I'm in my last tournament stock here. I don't want to go to losers. I'm going to go for the directional air dodge. And unfortunately, Shigeru knows what happens when you panic from the corner.
Yeah, no, Roy players are definitely looking for panic options from players when they got that pressure on them. Okay. Roy players are definitely looking for that pressure off stage because they want you to panic because they're looking for that. Because if you air dodge into the stage at all, that sets them up for their best option possible. Their best kill option is that forward smash. It's so quick, so lethal, and just can kill so early if they get it from the hilt. Because as we all know, Roy's sword does more damage the closer he is to the hilt of the sword. And man, it definitely just worked out for him. So super good stuff. But moving on from there, we're going to be getting our next match here. We're going to be getting Fraga and one of my favorite players to watch nationwide.
Yeah, shout outs to both players coming out this far, of course. Getting far in any Wi-Fi tournament can be rather difficult. I've seen some of my fellow SoCal. It's probably why SoCal doesn't enter a lot of tournaments, right? It's because they're so Larry, even one of our best players, has a hard time getting to that high level play. Tell me, what's some of your favorite things you like about Nationwide?
So Nationwide plays Bowser Jr., and I've always kind of been like, okay, whatever, but like the way that Nationwide plays Bowser Jr. is just absolutely insane. The amount of setups that he has, like Bowser Jr. has, and maybe it was my first time really getting the experience of that, but it was just absolutely insane. There were so many things going on with the bombs, I forgot his up special. I forgot what that's called, but his up special, he's got so many conversions into that. The way he chases people off stage and kind of uses that hitbox with the side B into like a forward air. It's just, there's so much stuff that he was doing that I don't know, it just blew my mind just watching it. That I don't know, just from there, I've just remembered who he is as a player since then. So I mean, it's just been a really good time. Absolutely love watching this player. Hopefully he can make a good run here. But it looks like the last set he was playing against JK Sonic, who was playing the Belmonts, and he was playing Dr. Mario. So I didn't know if he had a Dr. Mario, but I'm ready to watch that too. Dr. Mario hurts people.
Yeah, well, if you are seeing Fraga versus Nationwide, like you said, Nationwide, your pick here. Fraga and Nationwide both happen to actually come from the same state here of Texas. So it's going to be Texas versus Texas. Looks like Texas is definitely dominating its Wi-Fi space in terms of players enter here. And let's go ahead into Dr. Mario versus Samus.
Yeah, no, yep, going to be going off of that Samus. And maybe it's just a pick because the last two characters he's played against have both been very projectile-heavy characters, so maybe that's why we're seeing this Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario's got that cape to kind of keep those projectiles in check, so, you know, just to say, hey, better not be too crazy with those because they're coming right back at you if you're not careful.
Yeah, when I look at Samus, that was a great downer. Doesn't able to connect the full hit here, but I like the fact Nationwide not scared to give Fraga the boots of justice there to send Samus all the way off the stage. Samus is one of those characters that I tell people, when you look at the offline space, she doesn't necessarily, she dominates with characters and representation like we see here from, like we saw on YB a couple sagas ago there, but we see from characters like Quick. But when it comes to the online space, Samus seems to chew up several tiers and gives a lot of players a lot of issues here. So I definitely respect the pick from Nationwide for going for Dr. Mario.
Oh, what a weird situation there. I don't know what interaction happened, but Fraga definitely got caught up in a weird spot and ended up losing his stock, but gonna get a full charge shot there just to take the stock right back. This game's already off to some crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. Caught Nationwide a little bit on the running away there on that charge shot. But good stuff to Fraga, kind of keeping, that's kind of the pace of Zero Suit Samus. She kind of moves a little bit like a defensive wall here, trying to make sure that you're always getting hit by one of your options. And looking back at how Diddy is, she can also bait and punish you just as you see Diddy Kong do it. Maybe not as well, but you can see that with the bomb ball to the grab forward throw. I like the charge shot throw because he wanted to see if Nationwide was going to quickly try to go for the ledge.
Yep, and good recovery from Nationwide there. And that's another thing that I think people don't kind of give Dr. Mario enough credit for. That pill is actually a really solid projectile. It's got a pretty crazy little bounce path that it kind of goes off of. But like the amount of like hit stun it kind of gives the opponent really can set up Dr. Mario for doing a bunch of crazy stuff. As we've seen a few times here, just absolutely disrupting any sort of game plan or offense Fraga wanted to get going.
Yeah, good stuff on Fraga though. Immediately you see that jump from the ledge. Usually jumping from the ledge can be easily punished from the back air from Mario, but you can see how that took Fraga from the ledge to the stock right when he landed to cover that up air with a neutral air and then take the stock all the way from Nationwide from the left side. Great play, great charge shot to kind of stop Nationwide from holding the ledge too long, thus giving Fraga center stage as we see right now.
Yeah, no, Fraga's been doing a really good job of finding these openings on Nationwide all game here. In the very beginning, we saw Fraga land like 3 down smashes in a row, but Nationwide still got a little bit of life left in them, got some gas in the tank, gonna get that up air to close out that second stock. But sitting at 78%, this is a lot of ground that you have to make up here. But we gotta keep in mind, this is Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario is to Mario what Ganondorf is to Captain Falcon. A little bit slower, but that amount of power and damage that this character can put out is absolutely lethal.
Yeah, I tell people you never want to sleep on Ganon at all, and you never want to sleep on Dr. Mario. The damage is ridiculous. I like that using that neutral air with the cross up to get into Fraga space. You see that shield here. You always want to make sure what options can you do. You can always double jump mixed up, empty hop, or you can also go for a cross ups like you see with Dr. Mario on that neutral air. Great dash attack to sense out the fact that, okay, Nationwide, you want to hold your shield like that. Very well, then I can go ahead and pressure you and then break through that armor as soon as possible and then give me the first game.
Yeah, no, super good stuff. Nationwide did make a pretty good run right there. Just was not able to close out that stock, but I think there was some suspect DI at the end. I don't know if they should have died. Maybe they're just kind of holding the wrong direction, but regardless, Fraga gets the W there. It's a well-deserved W no matter what happens. But yeah, yep. Fraga going to be going up game 1, 1-0 against Nationwide. We'll have to see what kind of game plan Nationwide's going to try and implement here to turn this around a little bit.
And you kind of want to see Nationwide kind of come back to 1 apiece, right? He didn't do this necessarily so bad. Like you said, it might have been bad DI. Usually in situations where you see Samus get that dash attack, you're like, wait a minute, hold up. Why am I in the sky? Where was my DI? Oh, okay, I guess I lost my stock that way. Those situations do happen fairly often here in the game of Smash Ultimate. And let's see if Nationwide can do and bring himself to 1 apiece here against Fraga. Kind of things to know here is that you kind of have to be a little bit you kind of have to whip punish Samus for overextending. Even though she is able to set up a lot of projectiles and things like with charge shot and missiles, she still has to commit, and that's where you can definitely nail her.
And here we go, gonna get a little bit of offense there. Oh, okay. I don't know if he should have gone for that forward smash. I think he probably should have gone for another aerial or something. It would have just continued to put that damage. But that's the thing is, with Dr. Mario's forward smash, it's so strong. It could end stocks at like 40 if you catch them at like the right spot. Just get a little bit of charge on there. So I don't blame him for going for it. I just don't think it was the right choice. Right.
Nice pill,
Here
like
we
you
go.
said, right? Pill is one of those moves that has a little bit of that interesting property to kind of be very, very disruptive. Good stuff on Nationwide to set himself at the ledge, going for that down special, see if he can catch Fraga. Very, very good in terms of knockback, and also allows Mario as an extra recovery to when he is off stage as well.
And there we go. Yep, a lot of pressure. Oh, that's going to cost Fraga. Oh, unfortunately, not going to get a good enough punish. He should have just gone up there, maybe just do the up B. Probably would have taken the stock, but trying to get that up smash is just going to be a little too short to be able to get it.
Yeah, good on the pill, though. That's kind of one of those things you kind of want to see right when you come back on the stage. How do I stop Samus from getting her options with bomb ball, with charge shot, with missile, right? And you want her to, kind of want to cause her to hold good stuff on Nationwide to read the roll. Got to be careful when you're rolling from the ledge.
Yeah, let's see how much extra credit Nationwide can try to get up here, because Fraga's already done a very good job of building up this damage and took that lead and the victory from game one, as we already saw. So, oh man, that's got great back air, actually kind of reversing the ledge guard from Nationwide and just kind of turning it into a stock. But Nationwide did do a good enough job getting some damage on that second stock before he lost his first.
And it's very, very true here. And you can see that Fraga is trying to make sure that damage was all for naught, 66 to 34%. Fraga looking on opportunities in which he can catch an Nationwide on the shield for a grab, missed the opportunity. Good stuff to Nationwide, sets the pill here for Fraga to go on that low recovery. And you can see finally, there's the whiff punish after Fraga went for the cover of the up air with neutral air.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that Nationwide might have finally found his rhythm, found his tempo, finding his offense, as he is pouring on damage as time goes by, just making this lead worse and worse for Fraga.
Oh, nice. Good opportunity there with the forward smash. Kind of understanding, okay, wait, Fraga might try to go for a dash grab here. I'm going to try to punish that. Good down tilt. Nice. I like the fact that he's kind of dash dancing, trying to get that situation where Fraga might actually land. But never forget, Samus does have that tether grab.
No, I mean, that is absolutely correct, but you know what? Just kind of putting those options out there, just putting that thought in your opponent's mind, just to say, hey, I got to make sure I don't do this because he'll hit me with this. And that can lead up to another situation like right there. Gonna just not roll in, which is what he wanted earlier, but he was able to condition him into just staying on the ledge so he can get that backer to close out that game too.
Yeah, good stuff nonetheless. They're coming out from Nationwide. Like I said, right, we wanted to see it one apiece. We love the nature of the game, right? The sport of the game. Yeah, we love seeing those great hype moments, but we also want to see a real match. And you can see that Nationwide is able to hold himself. I'm wondering what the stage pick is going to be for Fraga, or if it is going to be a character switch. Of course, we do see Fraga kind of a little bit in that selection screen. I believe if he wants to go to stage picks, he might want to opt for something a little bit smaller, just because that does give Dr. Mario less space to run around. But also, you do have those smaller blast zones as well here. No character switches here. We are going to go to a different stage. Let's see what the pick is for both players.
Well, here's the thing with Nationwide, like we already saw Nationwide do really, really well in that game one, and it seems like with game two, they definitely kind of figured out the game plan that Fraga was trying to put into motion, and Nationwide's going to make him pay for that. He's got to find a new way to kind of bring the offense, some sort of game plan or tempo, because Nationwide looks like they kind of got the situation on lockdown.
Yeah, definitely. You kind of saw how he put that all together in terms of adaptation last game. Double up air. You kind of see why this bigger stage here kind of gives Samus a little bit of more room to run around against Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario, like you said, right, he is what Mario is to himself, but also what Captain Falcon is to Ganon. And if he has more space to run around, and so does Samus, she's more of the victor here in the stage choice here. Good setup on the up air, though. Understanding, you know what, Nationwide wants to get him from the aerial. Let me trap him and let him know, hey, this airspace is not for free.
Yeah, no, for sure. Right now, Nationwide is definitely struggling here on this first stock. There's still plenty of time to turn this around, but Fraga is definitely showing that they are controlling the pace. So we got to see if Nationwide has got something in the tank, because you got to pull out your surprises here, because if you don't do anything now, you just go straight to loser's bracket. There's nothing else after this.
Oh, definitely. Good stuff on Nationwide, able to pull out the love special at the last second before the downer from Samus connects.
Oh, that was really scary spot to be in.
That was great spacing. Looking to punish Fraga for landing there, and you can see Nationwide, even though he's high on percent, he's not out of the mindset yet. He knows I could definitely still take this back. It's not going to be the up throw kill that will do it here, even on a stage like Kalos.
Yep, no, for sure. Fraga kind of showing off there a little bit, getting those dash dances going on. But we're going to have to see if Nationwide can find a way to turn this around. I mean, he's at 94%. Fraga's at 94. That's absolutely a kill percentage for Dr. Mario. But unfortunately to up B, I don't know what he was going for there.
Yeah. Good stuff on the bomb ball. Usually you see Samus use that as a setup. There if you neutral get up or normal get up, that will be a trap in which Samus can actually react. Good on the Zair, because that would have put Dr. Mario in such a rough spot, like you see there from the neutral air.
Yeah, no, this is definitely looking to be very tough for Nationwide as Fraga, I think, took that whole stock. I think it was a 0 to death, if I remember correctly. That's actually insane. But Fraga is definitely in the driver's seat here Nationwide. I mean, this game is not on your side. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that down throw to immediate forward air, and I like the setup there. I understanding, okay, you know what? What's the first option Nationwide might actually go for from when he's on the platform is try to get out on ledge to get away from me. And you can see that Fraga wanted to set that up, and that kind of caused a little bit of a mistake there, in which giving Nationwide a little bit of breathing space in terms of stocks. 2 stocks to 1 here, a little bit of the up tilts, but he's not able to find much afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, there's still plenty of time to turn this around. 52% is a tough spot to be in, but we got to keep in mind, Dr. Mario does put down a lot of damage, has a lot of kill power. It's just finding those options and putting that pressure down on Fraga.
Yeah, oh, great neutral air, and I like the fact that he drifted back just to get that lasting hitbox in on Samus here. There's the forward air. You got to be careful when you extend here. That forward air has such a lasting hitbox, but it's also really great to catch opponents on the jump.
Right there, good little weak back air, but just building up that damage, setting up Nationwide for a kill later on. 100% is definitely doable. Like we saw that up throw kill earlier. As soon as you can get up to like 140-ish, which might happen soon, you can just grab him, toss him right up to the sky, and that'll be it.
Yeah, it all depends on the way you see Fraga be very aggressive with Samus, but also set up those traps, right? You see that Dr. Mario doesn't want to be on the ground, wants to avoid the grab, so then you can see Fraga get the finisher at 112. You know that Fraga can build up a percent with no problems with the way that he's been trapping Nationwide consistently.
Yeah, but here's the other thing is now you got a Dr. Mario with a little bit of rage at the moment, so you can be taking stocks a lot sooner. Gonna just throw out a weird up B. That's not gonna be enough. Forward throw is going to be the option from Fraga, knowing that that up throw will not be enough to take that stock. But the dash attack going to be pretty close. Nationwide has got to figure it out, but that's never mind. That's going to be it. We're going to be getting the half charge or so from Fraga on that neutral B to close out that game and the set. What a good game 3 set.
Agreed, Skiff. You said it yourself, right? A lot of times when you use your moves, it's sometimes not necessarily not for now, but it's more about conditioning. You can see it in Fraga's gameplay here. There's the grab immediately to the back throw. Sets up not necessarily the drop play, but enough to put himself to understand, okay, is he going to go low? And then turns out he stayed on the stage to get that up smash.
And here's the thing. See, that was all that, that was all the conditioning that we saw there earlier of Nationwide taking advantage of Fraga rolling in and actually getting the nair, getting up smash at one point. So he's definitely trying to make them do that more often. Right there again, going in too far. That actually helped out Nationwide a lot to secure that second game. But it doesn't matter because right here, Fraga just started putting on the pressure, putting on the damage, and it just went off from there. It was absolutely insane. He took that first stock, took that second stock in a 0 to death scenario, and that was it. It was pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered for Fraga.
Yeah, there's the forward air I talked about. You see down to the forward air, I usually like to tell people is the entry level grab combo you see from Samus. Down throw forward is one of those options. You can also do down throw nair. But so the timing and the spacing on that one has to be very, very specific and tight. But dash attack, you can see how Fraga already knows. If I've been using my charge shot the entire game, if you have dodged it the other times and you don't dodge it this time, he knows that, you know what, Dr. Mario is going to go for that low recovery, and you can catch Dr. Mario in that situation. You can see that Fraga wanted to set up Dr. Mario to go low, in which Samus can go for the down air and then abuse Dr. Mario's poor recovery height. Great stuff on Fraga. But Fraga is now going to go up against Lights, Samus versus Zero Suit Samus. In the winner,
so this is I believe Lights is the #1 seed in this bracket. Very deserved too. He's just a very, very tremendous player. It's like when he gets advantage going, he's very patient. He waits for his openings. He's got no problem waiting that out. And it looks like he's been playing. Okay, so he went Wolf in the first set here of top 128 into Cloud. So if we see Zero Suit Samus come out here, this is kind of like his main character. That is a character he will wait on. He will throw out all these options, just waiting for you to kind of get chipped by something, waiting for some sort of weakness in your armor to expose itself. And then he just puts pedal to the metal, just absolutely floors it, just piling on damage nonstop and just making it feel like it's an impossible character to beat. Like, to be honest, like there's no other way to put it.
The character is one of those characters. If I were to rank top tier, if you were to ask Vance, what's your top tier? I think top tier is 15 spots, with the highest of the top tier being only 5 spots. I think Zero Suit Samus is definitely one of those top tier characters for sure.
Oh,
if you want to meet a character that, like you said, right, bait and punish, Zero Suit Samus is by far the very definition. Even when she's in disadvantage, she can use that flip kick to get out of it and then take back center stage and neutral. That right there.
There's one move in this game that you can call the get out of jail free card. It is 100% the flip kick. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, I don't know what this advantage is, but you're off stage now, and I'm on stage. So have fun with this ledge trap game. And Lights does a really good job working on that ledge trap game. We're going to see a lot of those down smashes coming into play as soon as we see the opponent on the ledge. Because that down smash kind of sets him up for that stun, which could get him to the flip kick. And around the 70-80% range, could lead to stocks depending on what stage we're on.
Yeah, I kind of want to go ahead. We know how Lights is on the Wi-Fi space. Kind of want to go ahead and talk about his offline space. He has been invited by winning several Nintendo events to attend such a tournament this year, of course, to G7, where he did get 65th at Genesis 7. But he had major improvement, most likely at his last offline event, which was 33rd at Frostbite. So Lights is definitely one of those characters that even if you see him in the online space dominating, he's not that far off when it comes to offline here. And let's see that Zero Suit Samus, like you said, with the get out of jail free card versus Samus, which is one of those characters that does an excellent job online.
Yeah, no, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what Fraga's game plan is for whenever Lights is off stage, because is he going to try and go out there and try to throw out some sort of hitbox to kind of stop Lights from getting that flip kick? Is he just going to wait and try to set up something on the ledge for Lights to have to deal with? Because the problem is like no matter where Zero Suit Samus ends up, that flip kick can just kind of, literally, it's a get out of jail free card. So we'll have to see what type of advantage they want to try to push him, because you got to keep in mind, not only Zero Suit Samus is agile, she is so fast. So we'll have to see how Fraga is going to react to that, just trying to set up this game plan, these projectiles, building this wall here, just to stop Lights.
Yeah, and I kind of want to say, like, me being such a Pokemon fan here, I'm gonna give a shout out to the community here. Zero Suit Samus is very much a mold breaker. If you want to build that mold and that strength with Samus, where you can hold your projectiles, you can hold your wall here, Zero Suit Samus breaks through that with such ease, having the speed to stop Samus from using her neutral winning tools that you would see in Bomb Ball or Charge Shot.
Yeah, and right now, Fraga doing a pretty good job of living, as we saw earlier on that flip kick, but that side beat is going to eliminate that stock right there. Fraga now in a dangerous position, because this is where King Chris thrives. He gets that small lead, and then he just makes you work for anything else that comes after that. He will use that flip kick, but hey, what a great charge shot. Excellent call out from Fraga, but still, Lights likes to have that slight lead in which he will make you work for every percentage that you get. So we'll have to see if Fraga's got that mental fortitude to kind of bunker down here and say, hey, it might be a lead, but I can break through this.
Exactly. You want to make sure your mind is still in check. Great punish with the charge shot. That's enough damage here to kind of put them about even percent, but it all depends on who wins the neutral here. Great Zare to get in there with the forward air, pushing for an advantage. You can see the charge shot set up to make sure that Fraga is going to go for a jump, and that's where Zero Suit Samus accelerates. It's punishing you with her great aerials here. There's the dash attack. Instead of being after ledge play, great neutralize to the forward air. Once again, you can see Lights, like you said, taking advantage here and setting himself up for such a great stage control.
Yep. No, Lights was doing a really good job of getting some of that offstage control as well, just forcing Fraga into really bad spots. And as soon as Fraga was able to get back to ledge, we saw Lights immediately set up for that down smash. Wasn't going to get it, but he will be looking for that.
Yeah, double forward air here, puts out the Zare, just so you can get that touch of death at the very, very far right.
I mean, and I gotta hand it to Fraga. Fraga's been doing a really good job of staying elusive off stage, using that down B to give him that extra space and kind of stall it out a little bit. But it doesn't matter. Light's gonna be able to get that up smash to close out that second stock. Fraga's still struggling to find any sort of lead here.
Yeah. And you talked about how Lights likes to have that lead and then use that as much as possible here. Even when it comes down to other fighting games here, Justin Wong, one of the greatest to ever do it, he knows what it's like to have a lead and hold it, and then punish your opponents for their overextension. And when you put that mindset into a toolkit like Zero Suit Samus, you have such a great character with a berry and an up special to finish it off and take game one.
Yep, I mean, that's Lights. He knows this character in and out. He knows how to use that flip kick effectively, not only for defensively to stay alive, but also offensively, as we saw with that berry right there. And that berry or stun mechanics that Zero Suit has sets up for that boost kick just so well, just being able to eliminate stock. So excellent stuff from Lights. I don't think it was too bad from Fraga. We did see a 2-sec at the end there, but Fraga had some really good moments. I think definitely got to find a way to slow Light's tempo, because Light loves to control the tempo, both on offense and defense. And that's something that you have to figure out. If you can have a way to stop that, that's half of your game plan. The other game plan is just stopping Lights from stopping your game plan.
Yeah, and when you look at that, right, like you want to control that tempo. We'll see if anything can come up from a smaller stage, such as Yoshi's story. If anything to be said here, big problem here is that Samus wants a little bit more of that space, so she has opportunities to set up her bomb ball, her charge shot, which allows characters to start holding shields. That's what you want. You want to control tempo. You want to make sure your opponent is holding shield and is playing the slower game, in which you can start to take advantage of that, especially against Zero Suit Samus.
And I gotta praise Lights again here a little bit. He's so excellent at finding new ways to get off ledge. Oh wow, almost getting a spike right there. The absolute monster on offense would not let up on the pressure at all, as Fraga just had no choice but to deal with hit after hit. Eventually linked to that stock, and here we go again, man. Lights is putting down more pressure. Oh boy, okay, he's gonna find a way out of it. We're not back at Smash 4, but oh my god.
He's making it look like it, Skiff. He is making it look like it. Lights is out here for blood, but he knows what's at stake here at Smashcade. Nice. I like the fact he sets up that paralyzer just to see and how far Fraga's going to go below the stage to actually punish him. Great play there. Sets up the flip kick. I like it. Still holds the jump after the flip kick. That's something to always note about Zero Suit Samus. And not only that, the wall jump in Yoshi's story from having such a stage like this is also very scary indeed.
Yeah, no, I mean, Lights has been doing an excellent job just putting down this offense. You would think that this was Lights' counter pick, but man, no, this was Fraga's. As Fraga goes down 3 stocks to 1, Lights is definitely on fire right now. Fraga just doesn't have anything in the tank, it seems like. It looks like this might be over from here.
Yeah, man, you might be putting this man into the body bag and sending him to losers, but I see Lights having some fight in him, connecting that down smash, getting enough of that little bit. Nice. Sets up the bomb ball enough to get away. Is that going to be the optimal kill? And that will definitely do it here. You can see Fraga. He feels the pressure, but he still has his mind in the fight, and that's where it matters the most.
Yep, and I mean, this is also just a game of data, and while, like, game 1 didn't feel too bad, it seems like as much data as Fraga tried to get, it seems like Light's got a lot more. There's actually been a few times where he's off stage and Fraga's trying to get some sort of offense going, and Light's just micro spaces every option that Fraga's trying to throw out there. But wait, we got life from Fraga. I was speaking way too soon. Fraga now actually, this is very doable for him. Only 56% separating the two. Could we see the turnaround to take game 2?
Yeah, and it's all about mindset, but once you get the berry and you get the boost kick, you send him and you tell him exit stage far right, but Fraga with great DI this time, able to survive using that bottom recovery to come back on center stage. You can tell his mind is very much still in this fight. Oh no!
Unfortunately, yep. I think shooting that full charge blast shot at the end was just enough to really seal the deal, send them too far off stage. Unfortunate situation, but what a beautiful comeback for what it was. When I thought Fraga was absolutely out, like it was just done and over, found a way to take that second stock and just made it a very competitive game, but Lights just saying, hey, this is a little too scary. It's time for me to shut this down. And we saw all that pressure, which leads to the 2-0. Lights will be moving on to top 8.
Yeah, and you can see that Fraga had his mind in the right place. You want to use that charge shot like
Yep, no, and this is that pressure that Fraga definitely had to deal with there. We saw that Barry at the end of game 1 as Lights found a way to get that boost kick. And right here, man, this is just part of that pressure. Just constantly being an absolute menace and pest off stage. Like, that way, and that's a particular replay right there. And Fraga found a way to turn it around. But, like, that's just the pressure that you kind of go out there to do. Like, yeah, we did talk about how Zero Suit Samus is a very good bait and punish, but it's also just a very good just rush down character, just being absolutely high risk, high reward, as we saw right there. Could have ended the game, ended up losing a stock, but that's fine. You had the resources to spare.
Definitely, and now we see the resources being all in Light's favor. If he's able to stay on the winner side of bracket, he's got that extra resource that's given him that big advantage. If you guys at home are watching for the first time, staying on the winner side of bracket means that when you get to grand finals, your opponent has to win 2 sets over you, and they have to come from the very, very bottom of the barrel just to take you out. And when you see Lights having extra games, that's something to be fearful there. And definitely, I want to give a good shout outs to IC and Smashcade Online. This is coming from the very bottom of my heart. I miss offline tournaments. I know you guys back at home miss offline tournaments, but the production quality doesn't stop there. It continues in the online space. You can even see those instant replays that I see and the folks at SmashCade Online have been able to put out for you guys to see in great time.
And that's a very big. That is a very big point to bring up here. I think that's one of the blessings from these online-only tournaments that we've been dealing with. Is not only is it like a different way to TO, so you got like new. You've had online TOs for a while now. You got offline TOs trying to come on. So you got these people who are trying to come together now to kind of like, hey, what's the best way to run all of these things? So you got all these people with different ideas coming together. Production quality in general has been through the roof. Like, we've had some good production in offline tournaments, but like when half the battle for online tournaments, especially for streams, is production quality, you see all these people putting that much more time, that much more effort, that many more resources, and you get beautiful setups like this. Shout outs to Smashcade with absolute. This is crazy. This looks super nice. This has come such a long way since I started doing commentary for these guys quite a few months ago. If you saw the production quality on Team Liquid's 100-man Mega Man Extravaganza, they had a really neat Mega Man setup, all sorts of moving parts. It's so nice to see things like this because like it's like these guys are taking that much more care, that much more effort to try to make this the best viewing experience as possible for all of these viewers. And it's great. It's great to see all these different ideas coming together.
Yeah, definitely. And that's kind of like what it takes to be one of those online TOs, right? It's to go that extra mile. Sometimes it's more about quality over quantity, right? You can host a lot of a great event, but having that great quality, which people love to come for and love to see every week, is definitely what brings a lot of the viewers here and holds it here. So shout out to SmashCade Online for doing such a great job with that quality, as we just mentioned here.
Right. And it looks like we're kind of waiting on our next match here. I'm not sure who we have coming up. Okay, so we're going to be in Celtic versus Cloudy, so that should be interesting. Celtic looks to be another Zero Suit Samus main, so that should be interesting. And Cloudy playing Joker. I've been seeing a lot more Jokers lately. I know people weren't entirely too happy with the whole online-only experience because Joker is a very precise character, so a lot of times you're not able to really take advantage of Joker the same way you would offline. But for a lot of people, finding that new main online, it helps a lot, and Joker can be played online very effectively. You just kind of have to play it a little more passive, I think. And I think that some of these Joker mains... Oh, sorry?
Go. I want to hear you.
And I think some of these Joker mains are really starting to find their strides. One that I'd love to give a big shout out to, actually, is Sharp. Sharp's a homie. He's had a bit of a character crisis for a while now and actually talked to MKLeo to kind of get some help. And now he plays Zero Suit Samus and Joker. He dual mains the characters. He actually just won MSM like we saw on this past Monday. Just absolutely killing it. He found that new way to play the character that he needs to start taking tournaments.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, Skiff. Sometimes you just got to be more confident in that gameplay that you can put in with the character. And having one of the best in the world to tell you that, you know what, give you that confidence boost, then there's nothing left in the world for you to fight but only yourself. And you can see that Sharp has already overcome that. Let's get into game one here, Cloudy versus Celtic.
Yeah, looks like we're going to be starting on Smashville. This is going to be very interesting. I haven't seen either of these players play, but you know what? Making it to the top 8 qualifier and winner side here definitely means that these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah. One of those things about like seeing Zero Suit Samus versus Joker, it's very much, in my opinion, I feel like this matchup is more definitely in Joker favor, just because he has a little bit more of that speed that Zero Suit Samus would normally love to have. He has it over her, but not only that, he accelerates at having extra optional tools, as you see with the AHA and as well as Take Aim and that great back air that you see Jokers love to use.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like you mentioned, Joker's got a lot of that mobility as well. And I think the name of the game, at least when it comes to defense in Smash Ultimate, is movement. Does your character have movement options? If so, your defensive gameplay is going to thrive so much more. So when Zero Suit Samus isn't quite able to just smother opponents with moving around all over the stage, just kind of keeping you guessing, she has to play a little more creatively. She has to be a little more on point with everything, or else Joker, a character like Joker, or faster characters like that, will find a way to make Zero Suit Samus pay.
Oh, speaking of the devil, right? She definitely pays for her crimes, and you can see that Big Daddy Arsene here is there for a lot of the big comeback. Great stuff on Celtic, though. When you get down there like that, you want to make sure you hold your DI towards the stage and not out, just so that you can make sure you can tech on the stage and be able to still survive and not get meteor hit.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, I mean, at least you tech off the side of the stage and have a way to at least recover. But I mean, super good stuff from Celtic, like you mentioned, that DI really in place there. And look at Cloudy, man, absolutely securing the stock, only taking 73. Putting down the pressure, just beating down Celtic as time goes on here. This is a tough spot for Celtic to be in. And here we go. Oh, actually going to get out of that up throw to dodge that up air, which would have led to quite a bit of percentage.
Yeah, and it's kind of like one of those things where, like, the shoe is on the other foot. Now that, great use of that paralyzer. They're able to catch with the over-aggression from the ledge. Celtic finally gets a breather here. But just to finish my previous thought here, the shoe was on the other foot, especially for Zero Suit Samus, where she loves to bait and punish you and use that great speed. It's now Joker doing that, especially when he's got 2 stocks over you.
Yeah, no, for sure. And he's been doing a great job here, spacing out all of his attacks. We see these back airs. We see these side Bs coming out from him. And he's landed just about, I think, like 90% of the side Bs he's thrown out. Like, he does a really good job spacing them out. I feel like some Jokers get a little too caught up in throwing out side B because it brings up that extra damage. But really good stuff actually there as well. Not opting in for the roll-in, which Celtic was looking for to kind of close out that stock.
Yeah. Good stuff on Cloudy, though, holding the ledge. A little bit aggressive there coming out from using the neutral there, but still great stuff to hold the stage. Great back air out of the shield, understanding, you know what, Celtic, you want to stand there so much, I'll send you right off the bat here, and let me get game 1 to myself.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a tough spot to be in. Getting to that ledge when Joker with Arsene has his back to you, that's a tough spot to be in. It's one of those moments where you kind of just want to wait a little more because Joker's looking for you to make that panic option, to slam you with that backer to take that stock like we saw. If Celtic took their time and just said, hey, you know what, I'll wait for him to throw that out and then I'll roll to the other side of the stage or just some sort of other defensive option, would have been able to live, probably would have been able to make a little bit of a comeback, but Cloudy was pretty dominant from start to finish. So, I mean, we'll have to see what game plan Celtic's going to try and bring in because right now the tempo is absolutely in Cloudy's favor.
Yeah, when I look at both Zero Suit Samus and Joker, they both have 2 very good moves that allow your opponent to kind of choose that option of like, hey, I have to move, right? When you see Zero Suit Samus with their paralyzer, that causes you to either shield it or move around it. And that's the same thing with Aha. But especially because Aha is one of those tools that you know that when you get hit, you're taking that extra damage. And that adds another layer to Joker's style when he's able to pressure you. We're now seeing Celtic here switch over to Inkling, having a little bit more of that speed slightly over Joker, but also great aerials and great combos with that up throw to up air, as we see right off the bat.
Yeah, early in the bracket, Cloud, I did see that Cloudy was using Inkling before, so I would like to think that Cloudy definitely has some confidence here, and maybe this is the switch that they need. You know, we see that Joker's got that amazing back air, and Cloudy's saying, all right, I see your back air, and I raise you one that's arguably better sometimes, just with that huge disjoint that Inkling has.
Yeah, but you can see that Cloudy has already got that Arsene activated, and a little bit on that quick to burn. Sorry, Celtic has that Arsene activated and quick to burn that on the back air here and puts Cloudy in such a tough spot.
And here we go, going to be putting them off stage. Yep, going to go down deep for that back air as Celtic finds a way to, actually, this should be Cloudy. I think the names need to be switched, but Cloudy finds a way to just close out that stock and still going to get some good extra credit here on this first stock.
Yeah. Nice. Great to immediately cancel the tether grab there into that Aha. And like I said, it's one of those moves that you either have to shield it or move around it. And when your opponent is at ledge, trying to edge guard you, that either forces them to shield, giving you time to come back, or forced to give you a little bit of that breathing space. Great use of taking in there, immediately stopping the roller.
Yeah, no, for sure. And here we go. Celtic actually getting a little bit of that rapid jab, putting on some of that ink onto Cloudy because that can just build up so much damage. But it doesn't matter, man. Cloudy just continues with this beautiful movement, just putting a lot of fear into Celtic, I feel like, off stage. And now Celtic has no ink, so he's got to be very careful. He's got to find a way back on stage, either to take this stock or just find a way to do something here because not having that ink is really detrimental to, I think, Inkling's long-term game plan. So we'll have to see if they have a way to kind of get that back.
Yeah, you can see that Celtic is looking, there's still not enough ink. You see that little bit of ink there, but that's not even enough for Slap Bomb, in which that gives Inkling an extra layer of edge guarding. Great stuff on Cloudy to understand, okay, if we're going in the skirmish here, I do have that really fast downer, and at that percent at the ledge here, it will give me the stock that I need.
For sure. But right now, yeah, no, Cloudy's doing an absolutely amazing killer job. It does not seem like the pick is working out right now. Oh, and not going to be able to get the hard hit for that up smash. And now your punishment for not ending the stock is Arsene. What? this is a terrible game. This game is punishing, as Celtic just saw as they lost to the 3-stock. I'm not going to be able to move on to top 8 winner side, but we'll see if Celtic can find a way to make it back there, as they're going to sit in losers side of top 128. And that qualifier, that was a tough spot to be in. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah, you can tell too, because usually when you recover low, right, Joker is able to really abuse you for that low recovery. Things like being able to go off stage with that back air, able to use take aim from the low recoveries, able to even use that the Aegon with Arsene activated. It makes recovering low such a really bad move that when you see the fact that that Inkling wanted to go for a high recovery, you have to fight forward air. You have to fight. Oh, guess what? Back air still. And even at other times, if you have a recovery that has a hitbox, you will have to worry about Tetrakarn and Makarakarn.
For sure. Sounds good. All right, yeah, but no,
so we have one
beautiful
more match before we get into top 8 Skiff. I have been enjoying this great time, and we've been having such a great time commentating that we're already getting a top 8.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's time flies when you're having fun, for sure. And yeah, no, this is actually going to be a good pleasure for me on this next match as well. We're going to be having Peas taking on Wake. But before we talk about that, it has been a very good time. We had a really good time at MSM this past Monday as well. So if anybody watching is looking for another tournament to enter on Monday nights, you got MSM. Be sure to check that out. 2GG does an amazing job running that show.
Yeah, but definitely shout out to 2GG indeed. But of course, if you guys always want to keep on with the action here at Smashcade, if you found this place as your home, just as me, as Skiff has with his commentary, you can follow them on their YouTube. You can follow them on their Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter under the same beautiful name as Smashcade OK. As we get into this next match, we are seeing, I believe I want to say a Sonic main here because I see that on the little character puck.
Yep, no, so yeah, looks like we're going to be getting into here. So again, as I mentioned with Wake, that will be the name Kronos here. Wake is actually a pretty solid friend of mine from Iowa. We actually just got done doing the Heartland Cruise League for a commentary. He was on Tuesday nights, I was on Thursday nights. It was a very fun event, and we've done a few, I think we've done a couple events together since then as well. Very talented Greninja main from Iowa. But yeah, it's going to be a good time watching him take on Peas. It looks like Peas dropped earlier to Geo? Yeah, Geo, who's a Nest main. It looks like they were playing a little bit of Roy and Toon Link.
Yeah, let's just see how it goes here. But now we have Greninja versus Zero Suit Samus here. A lot of Zero Suit Samus is you're kind of seeing, right, when we first started the Wi-Fi space, it was a lot of talk about, like, are we going to see a lot of Nesses? Are we going to see a lot of Samuses, right? But now we're starting to see some of the offline meta characters starting to take more prominence. We see Sharp with that great Zero Suit Samus and that great Joker play, but now we're even seeing Peace here coming to Zero Suit Samus versus Wake on the Greninja.
For sure, yeah, no, Greninja definitely one of those characters. It has a lot of precise inputs, and one of those characters for sure that I think a lot of people have slept on. Like, we did see MKLeo with a short stint online, just absolutely running over people with his Greninja, and it's actually a character I think he's considering bringing to offline, depending on how things work out. But right now, it looks like Peas has a little bit of that advantage, but that dash attack from Greninja is so crazy. It's so quick, and it just sets up for so much.
Yeah, Greninja is definitely one of those characters that has a lot of speed, a lot of damage, great combos with down tilt or dash attack, and of course a great spacing tool with the Water Shokin. That forward air even covers characters that have a low profile. You can see that Greninja is one of those characters that kind of slept on almost. We don't see a lot of representation when it comes to the online space with great Greninjas. We do have Stroder, but Stroder kind of definitely switches between characters here and there. But I definitely want to give a good shout out to Lee, the Greninja from Japan, who still is one of the best to do it out there in terms of results offline.
Oh, for sure. No, Lee is absolutely insane. But yeah, no, also shout out to Stroder. But Stroder's one of those people that plays like 20 different characters anyway. Oh, yeah, but right now, we're going to be focusing on Wake here, as Wake almost secures that stock with that forward. You're almost getting a second one after the flip kick. And man, he doesn't put on the pressure.
Good stuff from Colonel. Oh, I like the forward smash setup there just because, okay, you know what? What's the first pick that Zero Suit Samus might want to do out of the ledge? Get out of the ledge. And usually in that situation against Greninja, who has a great forward air to take care of stocks pretty fast, you might want to get out of there. And I like that play from Colonel. Just trying to see what that was going to happen there.
Yeah, no, Wake doing a very good job playing defensively here, knowing that they're at 95%, could end up losing a stock here if they're not careful, and just trying to build up that extra credit, which I don't think is a bad idea. People forget, you know, that just like how elusive Greninja can be and how much of a pest he is by not actually engaging, just waiting for you to do something instead. And as we can see here, Wake is doing an amazing job making Peas just take all this damage for just punishing him for being impatient. Super great stuff so far.
Great stuff here. I like that, a little bit of a fake out with that empty hop into the quick backer. You can see that Wake is pulling out all the stops with Greninja. You know what happens when you're going to lose it here, and you got to play with all your strength just to make sure you get that final battle.
Yeah, no, for sure. And Wake's doing a really good job kind of getting these cross-ups, too. There's a lot of moments where he looks like he's about to land on something, but instead just goes to the other side of the shield. And then all of a sudden, Peas is like, what do I do? And as soon as I drop that shield, Wake is there with the dash attack or some other option, just trying to build up more damage. And so far, doing a great job, staying elusive, has only taken about 30% damage, but putting on 100 on the second stock.
Yeah, that's kind of one of those things about Greninja. Greninja is really good at whiff punishing, but also being able to cross you up. That neutral air has great frame data. Good berry, though, coming up from Peas. Still able to fight here at 103, but you know what happens when Greninja gets that dash attack, you can already see the forward air coming out.
For sure. And Wake was being a little cheeky there. He kind of just ran up and slapped them twice and then dashed back, which ended up leading to Peas taking the stock. So Wake, as much as I appreciate you trying to, you know, be a little slick, be a little creative, maybe a bit disrespectful, you want to just close out these stocks, man. You don't want to embarrass yourself on stream. Come on.
Definitely. Good backer here. You can see that Wake sets up for another backer to catch the flip kick. Greninja is one of those characters that has great airspeed as well, alongside Zero Suit Samus there.
There we go. Oh, gonna get caught up. This is a dangerous situation to be in. You got to keep in mind that now Zero Suit Samus has some pretty good rage going on here, so you need to find a way to eliminate this stock quickly, because Zero Suit Samus with rage is a whole different beast.
Yes, that is correct. 142 means that Wake could be seeing that 77% on zero on a fresh stock. Great stuff on Peas to hold the shield. You want to be careful with that water shuriken, because that gives Greninja a little bit of more time to make some approaches and also count you out of shield options. Once again, another great back air. Looking for a little bit of a sneaky cross up here. Great situation with the substitute, but I like that Peas is not afraid to go for that grab.
Yeah, no, that was very nice, being able to scout out that substitute. Probably would have ended the stock, especially at 160. That substitute, a little stronger than some people remember. But man, just keeps getting caught up in these grabs. All of a sudden, it seems like Peas is really starting to dictate this tempo, and Wake is struggling. There we go, finally finding that forward air. Let's see if they can build up some more extra credit, because Peas is starting to bring this game back into their favor. So Wake has to be careful, has to shut this down quickly.
Yes, that is very, very true. You can see that he comes out with an aggressive neutral air, able to get in and confirm that into a rapid jab. Great enough for Wake to kind of take center stage and still continue this pressure. Once again, you see Peas let go of the shield. Sometimes Greninjas like to kind of fake their gentleman jab and then get you in a sticky situation to go for down tilt or dash attack follow-up and then get your stock that way. Great up air. You can see that Peas is just still holding on there with 46 to 130.
Yeah, no, Wake is doing a very good job building up this damage once again, but he has to just make sure he closes out the stock as soon as possible. A great couple of nairs, putting Peas in a dangerous spot, having used that flip kick, burn those resources, and now just continues to apply this pressure, crossing up the shield with the dash attack, among a bunch of other things. Peas is looking a little lost now.
Yeah. There's a side special there. Peas with a little bit of a relief here. 81 there, but as I mentioned, Greninja is one of those characters that when he is able to actually get in with dash attack, down tilt, a grab, or even one of the options like so, he can put you in a very sticky situation where you're forced to pick options which he favors. Partner with how Wake is playing so far, you can see that he's not that scared, seeing that he's on a fresh stock, even if Zero Suit Samus still has range.
For sure, for sure. And right now, yeah, 0% so far. Zero Suit Samus is starting to get some of that range, but that forward air not going to be enough to end it. But just putting him off. Oh, the up smash! Gonna send him way to the other side of the stage. Wake is just looking like an Uber driver, just pushing them all over the place, all over the map.
Where do you want to go, man? I saw you wanted to stay on the right side of the map, but I'll take you to the left. You just name your place, man. My L Smash will do it all.
And it's just like, you know, it's just, hey, you brought me to the wrong spot. But yeah, no, Wake just continuing to apply some good pressure here. Gonna get caught up in a really dangerous spot. Oh man, Peas was looking to end that stock on 32%. And oh, great air dodge. Wake is definitely on point, looking for those options. Scary spot to be in. You gotta keep in mind, this gem has got full range. This could end stock very, very soon. We're gonna see a grab up throw. That is going to be enough for Wake as he closes out this game one. And it's starting to get a little scary, but Wake doing a good job closing it out.
I kind of want to go ahead and get Charles to wake it because you see that he'll still go for a down tilt or a dash attack forward air. Even if Greninja misses that option, it still puts you at a little bit more of disadvantage because you're still in a situation where Greninja will land first and then can take you to the edge guard phase and see where it goes from there. You can see that Wake was always keen to make sure, even if it's not a true opportunity there, he knows where Zero Suit Samus will be. And in the end there, like you said, very scary situation there, but Wake still able to clutch it with a little bit of a pummel there, and he knows that 170 Zero Suit Samus ain't that heavy. That up throw will seal the deal and give me game one.
Yeah, no, just really good awareness in general, knowing the percentages that you're at. That's knowing your character in general, knowing your character, the stages that you're on, and the characters that you're even fighting. Because Samus, kind of in that little middleweight area, maybe a little lighter, excuse me, than some other characters. So just knowing, like, hey, I've got him at like 160. I've grabbed in the middle of PS2. My up throw kill's about right here. So good stuff from Wake. And now we're going to see what stage coming up next.
Battlefield. Okay, this is something that both characters can actually benefit from. Zero Suit Samus with her juggle game, but also Greninja with the same space in mind, but also keep aware that his up smash can reach those platforms alongside Zero Suit Samus as well.
Oh, yeah, no, Wake will definitely be looking for any sort of tech chase option onto those platforms, trying to land that up smash to just secure stocks or just build up crazy damage.
Yeah,
and
like you said, right? Tech chases on platforms are very scary against both of these characters here. Zero Suit Samus accelerates well in it, but it's going to be Greninja who's kind of a little bit more victorious. Kind of what makes the character as a whole very scary to deal with, even despite his underrepresentation as a character.
Yep, very good mash from Wake there, getting out of that grounded situation. But now on the offensive, and this is the crazy thing about Greninja, not gonna be able to close out that stock, but boy, that was terrifying, is even if he knocks you way up there, his jump and double jump go up so high, he can chase you up to that top platform with ease. And what a great fade back forward there.
And you see him go for that substitute. Sometimes he does miss it, but I like that it's a little bit of a mix-up even when he had P's up in the sky, because Greninja does stall you out in terms of time when he does get that substitute. Enough time for him to still actually connect the hit.
Here we go. Wow, just landing raw forward smash the tomahawk just to secure that first stock. Wake's sitting at only 82% right now. Let's see how much extra credit they can get. Peas is looking a little nervous right now, I would imagine.
Yeah, good stuff to Wake to hold the ledge there, not able to just go for a roll or get up there because he knows once you get paralyzed, you will get caught. But unfortunately, on the side special there, Peas will be keen to make sure he punishes that without fail.
Yeah, no, and any sort of nerves that I thought Peas would have had, I think that doubt is erased now. They were able to just really bunker down and get that stock secured without taking any percentage. But that doesn't matter because now you got Wake on the offensive, putting down 50%, nearly 60% unanswered since they've respawned on their second stock.
If I'm a betting man, Skiff, I would say Peas nerves have just risen right back up with that quick 58% from Wake. You can see, hey, if you're not getting nervous, you should still be nervous because I'm always going to be there to put on the percent as soon as possible.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But right now, yeah, no, Peas is doing a really good job getting about 40% unanswered in their direction. So these two are definitely trading blows back and forth. This is definitely a high-pace, high-action game. What a beautiful conversion into the up smash. He's putting on some big damage there. Not going to be able to secure that stock, though. But the next one, definitely going to be enough. Oh, but is it hit? Oh!
Rough angle, too, there. That was good stuff on Peas to turn the tide on Wake. You can see why Zero Suit Samus accelerates in the stage here, being able to juggle you and then take you right into the skies with that up air boost kick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You were fully correct on that one. But we'll have to see if Wake can find a way to turn this around. I mean, 124, definitely within a kill percentage for Greninja, but you got to be careful not to take this damage, and Peas just finding the openings just to continue to put on this pressure.
There's that situation. Right, there's that pressure still. Even if he misses that forward air, Zero Suit Samus still has to be very cautious to stay in that same level of play as Greninja because he can still punish you after that forward air, even if it's missed.
Yep, and you know, Peas has actually been doing a really great job. A lot of that damage actually starts from Peas sitting underneath that platform, shooting out the taser, and then getting a grab, and then converting off of that. That's what the majority of that damage was. So Wake has to take that in mind, take that in consideration, just knowing what Peas is looking for, what they're trying to kind of get started. And it's put 67 on so far, but now Wake just 60% unanswered until we finally got that up air.
Yeah, if I were Wake, I'd be very scared of being above Samus right now because you know what that up air boost kick can do to finish you, especially at 76%, and most definitely at Greninja's weight class.
For sure, for sure. Okay, there we go. We're going to see a little bit of a grab. Put him off stage. Is that going to be enough? Oh, beautiful back air, though. Getting the reverse aerial That was actually super nice.
That was a really great RAR back air. And for those of you guys back at home wondering, what does the RAR mean? It is the reverse aerial rush, a move input that allows you to almost instantly put in that back air. As soon as your opponent thinks they're safe from you, they never are. That back air from Zero Suit Samus is incredibly strong in terms of knockback.
Yeah, no, and they were absolutely on point there. So super good stuff from Peas to close out that game, which started off with a very hot start from Wake, went for 60% unanswered, just absolutely decimating that first stock. But Peas just having that mental fortitude, be like, all right, listen, it's a tough spot. I can come back from this. I just got to play my game. I have to stop getting too caught up in anything, because as soon as you kind of like, you commit to just fully chasing around a Greninja around the stage, it's going to be a really bad time for you. So Peas just kind of like that. Yeah, Peas took that whole like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, I most definitely agree. Greninja has the speed to even run away from Paralyzer as well, and that's kind of one of those things that Zero Suit Samus uses a lot on the neutral. And when you have Greninja's speed to get around that, that kind of makes you start to evaluate your game plan and kind of make small changes if you have to. You can see it there from Wake. I don't even have to go near Paralyzer. I just have to space you out and see if I can get the whiff on you.
Right. Yeah, no, and Wake's doing a very good job so far. Has a pretty early lead right now, but we're going to see that side beat trying to get something started. Not too much after that, and Wake just going off. Oh, he looked for that down tilt to set up that situation to the forward smash. Unable to get it. Super unfortunate stuff, and a lucky break for Peas.
Yeah, crucial misinput there coming up from Wake, but Peas back in action here. Gets the Paralyzer. There's the forward throw. I like it. Looking for the tech chase scenario. You can see in both characters, if you fail to tech, especially online where it's very difficult, it could mean very much certain death.
Wake kind of pretty much just brought Peas from one side of the stage to the other. Just dash attack, miss the forward air, into another dash attack, miss the forward air. Just continues just to be an absolute menace. Final destination definitely looking really nice so far, but the game is still pretty close. Weird choice for an up smash there. I don't know about that one.
It's just because you can see that Zero Suit Samus' up smash actually it connects from her feet and can reach up to the other hitboxes. And if you're a Greninja, you can substitute through it and actually still hit Zero Suit Samus. Because like I mentioned, Greninja's substitute actually freezes you in place with enough time for him to actually also hit you with the counter hit of it as well.
Oh, so I wonder if like if Peas thought that Wake would be coming up, or like an up air at the ledge to try to create some pressure, and maybe Peas was trying to break through that. Maybe that's what it was?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to say that was the mindset in play. Even if it wasn't up air, Greninja's forward air has great range, and you can still get punished with Zero Suit Samus' up smash. You can see that range come into play there from Wake as he takes the lead here, 103 with 3 stocks to 2.
Yeah, that was a beautiful forward air to be able to close out that stock. And now Wake is going for as much extra credit as possible. Needs to realize, hey, I don't need to play this crazy game that Peas is trying to enforce. He's got the lead. You just got to take your hits. And here we go, man. Getting some big damage, but the flip kick gonna save Peas from eating that forward air.
Nice. You can see Wake kind of keeping a little bit of that spacing, 103 to 55, kind of channeling his inner, I don't want to say Justin Wong, right? When you have the lead, hold the lead, play lane, win the game, don't overcommit here. But unfortunately, like you said, right, that flip kick is almost a get out of jail free card, but it is also the pass go and collect 200. And in this case, he's going to collect the stock.
Yeah, and right now, as soon as Wake got back, just continued to put the pedal to the metal, building up even more damage. We saw a couple of dash attacks into, I think, a forward air that we saw. But yeah, no, so right now, 78% to 0%. That's a very, very solid lead. Oh. And wow, what a beautiful call out, knowing that the air dash was going to come down, hitting that forward smash to absolutely close, but not close out the game, but close out the second stock. And now Wake is up a whole fresh stock here with only more percentage to go. Woo!
Crucial stuff from Peas. I respect it though. You want to go for the direction, the air dodge in general, just to avoid a lot from Greninja. But you can see that Wake went for the. I kind of want to say there's no mix up on that one, and that landed him the lead.
Yeah, no, for sure. And actually, there was a nice little beautiful thing there. We saw Wake actually throw out a water shuriken at one point, just the opposite direction, just to give him that small little stall in the air, knowing that the taser was going to come out, and then lands on the other side of the taser for that couple hits from the back air. That was actually really smart.
Yeah, keen play, good stuff there coming up from Wake, getting that a really good angle to recover on the ledge and also avoid Peas as well. Still holding onto the ledge, great neutral, able to slide Zero Suit Samus into the forward air, and you can see that Wake is taking all control. I like the Hydro, just because you can stop Zero Suit Samus after the boost kick, and there is the substitute we have been waiting to see all set long. I talked about how it holds you in place, it wraps your arms, and it takes the game.
it's so unfortunate for Peas, but what a beautiful way to end that game. Super nice stuff. What a way to end a game 3 too. Getting that substitute that he's been fishing for a couple times, didn't throw out too much, and just absolutely blasting Peas to the top blast zone. Super amazing stuff. Beautiful play from Wake, and now they will be moving on to the next round of bracket here to take on Arc Pro, actually, who we saw earlier.
Oh, so let's get on to those replays here. You can already see the neutral layer coming out from Chronos there. I'm sorry, Wake. As you can see that Wake was looking for those cross-ups and that great opportunity to make sure that he gets around there, but immediately Peas is not scared. Down tilt to up smash here coming out from Wake on this one.
Yeah, no, Battlefield was definitely an interesting stage for sure. Both players actually took some really good leads here, and I think that's what really sealed it. I mean, we saw Wake did make a pretty good comeback, but man, like Peas just found their momentum on this Battlefield here and just absolutely pushed it. This is where we're gonna see that back throw, back throw into the back air and then actually secure that second game.
Yeah, you can see that here that Wake is very keen to kind of play a little bit more passive here, but it's an opportunity in which Peas was waiting for to get that flip kick into a boost kick.
And this is where we saw a lot of this pressure. See that air dodge right there to that forward smash? That was absolutely what sealed the set. And all Wake had to do from there is just continue to chip on some damage, having a whole stock lead, doing absolutely nothing. And that beautiful substitute right there that just absolutely sealed the set. Amazing play from Wake. Congratulations moving on to that next round.
Yeah, and All right, guys. Well, before we kind of finish, I want to give a good shout out to you, Skip, because you called it out right. A lot of what we saw in this last match in that last game was conditioning. You can see that Wake had Peas extremely conditioned to his own game plan. You saw the no mix-up, right? Down tilt, I'm not doing anything. If you air dodge, that's all on you, my friend. And you can even see it, how that came out to fruition with the substitute.
Yeah, no, Wake did a very good job recognizing that every time he kind of sent Peas up into the air, Peas was going for that immediate air dodge and then like after all those air dodges, finally like took advantage of it when it counted the most. In game 3 on that second stock, it was just an absolutely beautiful conditioning and just taking advantage. Just Wake just played amazing. That's the most I could say. But I think that's going to be it for us. We got some top 8 action coming at you after this. We will be right back in a little bit. But just also a quick shout out to Vance, a wonderful person to do commentary with. You have been absolutely stellar. For a second time doing commentary, I think we meshed pretty well. So super happy to do this with you.
Same. Likewise to you, Skip. Likewise to you, man. Of course, as your name implies, you are very wonderful, and your commentary definitely shows it as well. Guys, like Skip said, we are going to be entering top 8 territory. We're going to be in a little bit of a BRB, but don't touch that keyboard. Don't touch that mouse. Secure that Wi-Fi speed, and we'll be right back with more Smashcade Online at number 15.
Yep, and just so you know, you can follow me at Twitter at wonderful_skiff. That's kind of where I'm going to be plugging in my YouTube and my Twitch as well if you're interested in following either of those. But if you like what I have to do, please follow me there. Sometimes I think I'm funny. That's about the most I can tell you.
And you guys can follow me at Vance_AXE. I host a little known podcast called DI Radio. Episode number 8, going to give a shameless plug here, is available, featuring one of the greatest casters and coaches to do it, Charles Thorin, aka Korean. Definitely check that out there. You guys can follow me with Vance_AXE. Sometimes I like to think I'm funny too.
Yeah, no, but Charles Thorne definitely a super great talent. Definitely check out his stream. You can find his stream at, I forget, but if you catch him streaming, check him out. Super talented, great coach too, amazing coach. Yeah. But that's gonna be it for us. My name is WonderfulSkiff. This is Vance, and we're gonna be closing it out here. So be good to each other, everybody.
Okay, and
you're telling me I could sound like T-Pain?
Could sound like T-Pain, but I'm not going to use that because that's dumb. I think. Okay. Yeah, awesome. So, hello everybody. Now that the microphone is working, sorry about that. Welcome back to Smashcade. We're getting into the upper end of bracket now that we're out of pools. We've had, I believe, some of the top 128 start as well. I actually want to take a look at the bracket because actually, done with top 128, we have the winner's side of top 8 decided as of this moment.
Ready to go.
Yeah, ready and raring to go. You've got Lights and what is that? Sansco?
Sansco.
Yeah, boy, my eyesight's
TDT.
bad. You read the other one.
Sansco. I don't know what the TDT stands for. I'm sure we'll find out. SBX.
Throwback Thursday.
Cloudy. Oh, Throwback Thursday, Sansco, and SBX Cloudy. more clever than me. And Inu,
Sonic Boy X.
Sonic Boy X Cloud.
Sonic Boy X Cloud,
and
yeah.
Inu.
Which stands for Inu.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the winner's side, all ready to go. And we're starting off with winner's side top 8. Cloudy versus Inu.
So I'm ready to see. I haven't actually gotten to see much of either of these two yet at all. So very excited. We've got the Zelda, very not an uncommon sight on Wi-Fi. The Joker is a little bit more uncommon to see on Wi-Fi though, and I'm excited to see that from Cloudy, who's already nearly at Arsene by saying, I don't really care about your Phantom, and in fact, I see that as a blessing.
Right, exactly. Sometimes that's just free extra summoning for his Phantom, actually.
Yeah.
Arsene coming through.
Well, the real Phantom is Joker, as he is the Phantom
true.
Thief.
He is the Phantom Thief.
Yes.
He thieves the Phantom. So really,
No,
the Phantom
I don't think he thieves Phantoms.
No, he thieves Phantoms, and the real Phantom is everyone at home. Because your hearts are stolen by.
I thought the real Phantom was the friends we made along the way.
That too.
All right. Well, so far, the Phantom of Arsene has not been around too much. Went away very quickly because the moment that Cloudy got it, Inu just did like 70-80% to him immediately. Which is kind of goes back to the sort of idea of, hey, you basically have two options when Joker gets Arsene. You either run away from him, like Inu tried to do there, or you beat it out of him. And it looks like beating the lights out of him is the better option in this matchup.
Right. I mean, when you can, you definitely can. Zelda has some good high damage options for just straight hits. Not like huge combos, but every once in a while you get some big hits.
But hey, you know what? Like you were saying, man, big hits, they come up eventually. And finally getting that first one there for that first stock. But yeah, man, Cloudy taking advantage of that Arsene very early on. It's something that, again, we don't see Joker online a lot, but trying to run away from Arsene online is very difficult. And I get the feeling that rushdown style to try and get rid of it is going to be more effective in general.
I feel like Joker online is like a mix of better and worse, because Joker playing as Joker without Arsene online seems like you're working so much harder to do just the basic things, right? But then Joker gets Arsene online, and how on earth do you deal with Arsene back air with could not be me.
Or even just regular Joker back here in that area. I mean, the thing about Joker online is that, he's a very rush-down character, especially once he has Arsene, but even without, he's got the movement speed to really overwhelm a character like Zelda. You can just position him in whatever way you want to, and going off stage, Cloudy is happy to be there until that happens.
And almost benefited hugely, but good on Inu to not panic in that situation. Recognize they still had resources to recover, didn't get blasted or anything like that, so come back. And Cloudy misstepping on their recovery means Inu's got a free step back into this game. Now, you do have Arsene almost back online, and that's the first hurdle, right, for this comeback. Here comes Arsene, almost. We got a couple more hits.
Ooh, and I like that right there, that dash back forward tilt to try and catch the roll distance, but Inu at that point had already timed out the roll to be able to get back into center stage, so that animation scared me. I haven't seen it in so long.
Horrifying.
Ooh, that right there, maybe we're going to like to see Cloudy actually try and counter, using the intangibility, actually, of the Nehru's Love right there to get around the back air. Very intelligent stuff there from Inu. And yeah, Cloudy has been playing very well around the danger of Zelda, but Inu has not been watching out for the reflex, and in that moment, it got him.
Yeah, the fact that he had time, he threw out the first reflect and missed, and was like, oh wait, there's a little bit of delay on this man. Okay, now I'm going to throw out the counter again, because when you have that much distance between the two, there's not really a whole lot you can do with Zelda there. I guess just get out of the way, or hope you can counter the counter with your counter. Flip-flop the... reverse.
Right,
it,
okay, yeah, no, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, of course.
Skippity scoop bop it.
The
electric slide. Nehru's might have been an option. I don't know at what point it breaks. I think you can Nehru's one that's been Makara Karn back to you though.
I believe that. You should normally Zelda can reflect a Phantom
that has been
that has been reflected. That is normally the rule. But I also know that some reflectors have different damage multipliers.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that Makara Karn is stronger than Ness's bat, but
honestly, at that point, I would have expected that they may have had a shield. I wouldn't have expected him to have a time to throw out a second counter after he messed up the first one.
Yeah. I don't know. Shielding something once or twice reflected is not something I ever want to do, especially as strong as a full Phantom.
True. Yeah.
I'm not getting in the way of that warpath, man.
Easy way to get a shield break and just lose your stock at 40.
Yeah, well, against Arsene, I mean, against Arsene, it'll be less than 40, man. With Zelda, stocks will go quick, man. We saw that too. We saw a couple of pretty early stocks. I mean, even without Arsene, I mean, the earliest stock that we saw Cloudy take was with a regular Joker back air at like 70 or 80 off stage. It's just a reminder that, you know, the Blast Zones are actually pretty close to the ledges on Pokemon Stadium 2, despite the fact that they're actually pretty big. But
counter pick of Lilat, I feel like this is not a bad stage for Zelda here, especially kind of cutting off one of the big options of Joker in his down gun. When you have these constantly ever-present platforms on a pretty small stage.
Yeah, and keeping the pressure on the Zelda is going to be real easy. I think that the only problem for Cloudy is going to come when he gets into the corner like that. We do need to see Inu mix up a lot of the projectiles in general a lot more, because Inu does seem to want to play like, you know, that mid-stage and then distance away from Cloudy, but we only really see like a full Phantom come out most of the time. That's the kind of stuff that I want to see right there.
And already gotten rid of the first Phantom. Cloudy's sitting at 90% in climbing. Almost dropping to that smash attack. Inu only at 50. This is much better Arsene management on Inu's side.
Yeah, like I said, man, once he's actually able to just run up and hit Inu, look at that. The Phantom's sword is actually just going perpendicular, putting Cloudy right in the center of that L.
There we go. Get a protect, does get back on the stage though. Almost gets the tech chase with down air. Wouldn't be like a spike with that one, but might set up pop into the air for a back air.
Oh! Man, speaking of popping into the air, how about the big anti-air from the Phantom as well, man? And this is, again, the fact that Inu has been very effectively mixing up the Phantom in this game, I think is the biggest part, is that Phantom can be very effective against Joker. You just have to make sure that he can't counter it, and Inu has been doing that effectively. But again, being a little bit too close to the stage, pulling out those projectiles, you have to respect the speed that Joker possesses.
Right, and you talked about it before, that back air isn't only strong when Arsene is present, it's still pretty decent move without Arsene there, and Lilat doesn't have particularly large blast zones.
Most people would say that it's Joker's most reliable kill move outside of Arsene. And of course, with Arsene, anything becomes a kill move. That was at like 45!
Yeah, forward air comes through again. Lilat, close side blast zones. It's, I mean, small stage and close blast zones. What more could you want?
As a Joker, and with the black background, it's, oh, yeah. Twice in a row, he went with the same setup, and he just did forward air the first time, back air the second time. He's taking him around the world.
60% post hit on that one.
It's post hit. You're right. Yeah.
Hit on that one before last zoning Zelda. Not a chance.
No chance. No, I mean, Zelda, again, Zelda is a light character. She may be, you know, a zoner. She may be able to play distant from you, but unlike Samus, she's going to die pretty early.
Definitely not the chunky character that Samus brings to the table. Zelda is petite.
Yeah.
So
and unlike other zoners, also not made of chunks.
Yeah. No. She is actually made of flesh.
Yeah, and not blocks.
Yeah. Not blocks.
No.
He's
gonna have to get those blocks on board though if he's gonna be able to make this comeback, because I mean,
we're not a block in the air or something. Because these forward airs and back airs are putting in the work.
Zelda's one of the closest characters to being able to do that with Neighbor's Love, honestly. We've seen it a couple times as well, the perfect timing on it to use that intangibility.
Ooh, already starting off again hot. Inu has had no shortage of out the gate performances. But you know how Arsene is. It's each time Arsene appears, it becomes another like spotlight point in the match where things can totally shift.
Yeah. And I mean, again, you said it. Early percents, they get racked on by Inu very reliably, but that does mean that Cloudy gets early Arsene very reliably. And I think that we just, especially, the big change needs to be, and you were talking about being in the air, you got to figure out a way to block, right? And that's just drawing attention to the fact that Inu has been getting demolished off stage for the most part, been taking way too much time out there and just giving Cloudy the opportunity to just run out there at the right time, and they're kind of buying the free strike when it's given to him.
Definitely. And there we go, going low on the shield with the fair, baiting out the next jump, so going for a high option next.
Ooh, holding that. I like that Cloudy recognized that too, because most people would say, oh, Zelda just grabbed the ledge. I'm just going to stand here and I'm going to hold this down smash to charge and kill. But he knew that Inu could hold down on the recovery, and now Inu's got the lead.
yeah, big respect to the opponent means you're going to be able to take that lead bar. Now, does have the first stock, but sitting at 121%, definitely anyone's game. Really, as Cloudy, you want to try to take this stock before Arsene comes through so you can get big damage on the next one. You don't want to waste all of the time using this extra Arsene boost on this stock. So Inu playing a little evasive, goes a little crazy with dash attacks there, but sometimes the Zelda, every Zelda player can resonate with the idea that sometimes I feel like it shouldn't be my best option to dash attack like a madman at the opponent 3 times, but sometimes it is just the right choice.
Well, and I think that also speaks to the fact that Inu's just been playing around the threat zone of Cloudy very well in this game, where finally getting killed by that dash attack, and that was just putting yourself into too much end line, right?
But to be fair there, that was about half of the Arsene meter wasted going for that. You do get one big side special, get some good damage over time.
Woo! And that's going to tie it.
There we go. Look at that, 66% off of like 3 moves in Arsene. I'd say you got your money's worth.
Yeah, you've done enough to where if you can hold out long enough to get Arsene at the end of this next stock, maybe counter one of those projectiles with the Rebel's Guard, then you're really sitting pretty, but
definitely not a chance
falling
now.
too far in. And this is what I'm talking about. Inu's doing a really good job of recognizing the extent of Joker's threat zone in this game 3 and playing just outside of the range of it so that the moment that Cloudy fully extends, he can try and strike back.
Go now, Inu back at the ledge. This is kind of where we see Joker has the opportunity to excel, trapped him at the ledge, getting as many pummels as possible. We see a lot of pummels out of Cloudy. Wants to spend as much time, when he's out of our...
Wow, the quick turnaround too, man. And like you're saying, he does not waste time once he gets Arsene. The moment that the blue man here, he's the blue man group just on crack.
A singular blue man making a group.
Yeah, making a group of stocks disappear.
And here we're seeing it at nearly 70%. Cloudy is, past the percent where Cloudy died at the end of the last game. Arsene is gone now, though, so that's huge. Huge for Inu.
The Cloudy's probably... Zelda just hits so hard that I question whether or not he's going to be able to get Arsene without utilizing the Rebel's Guard before the stock actually gets taken.
Yeah, it might take some really good use of that Rebel's Guard to pull something off, but otherwise, we're at a percent where you don't necessarily need it. I like the option select there from Inu, though. Go for that down throw, try to chase with the teleport, with the Nairs.
Ooh.
Or with the Ferora's Wind, rather.
Yeah.
But you can see...
He's alive, he's alive.
He is alive. You can see, if I don't get the connector hit, I can option select, go back to center stage, and then it's kind of a safe chase. Oh, again.
Yeah, the reflection.
No time.
Every single time, man. Every single time that, it seems like Cloudy has let Inu forget about the fact that reflector exists, it comes right back out at the most crucial moments. That's one of the things that I feel like we saw the most from Cloudy, is just recognizing, okay, this is my best opportunity to use this thing, and having really good management of not throwing out the options that will win you the game constantly so that your opponent's thinking about it. You got to keep those things in the back pocket until you need them.
I think his timing was on point as well. Cloudy recognizing consistently the timing at which Inu wanted to throw out those phantoms, because that move has such a different, way to measure. You can throw out just a baby punch. You can throw out the punch with a little bit of kick. Throw out the punch with a little bit of sword swing, a little bit extra sword swing.
Lime with a little bit of flame in it.
Yeah, exactly. You can put the lime in the coconut and you shake it all up. Got all kinds of different options on flavoring that attack.
Slide to the left, slide to the right,
that attack.
Jump in the air, clap 3 times.
And the thing is, the cha-cha slide never came at the same time every time when you were coming from Inu.
Right.
You had to mix and mingle and change that. And still we saw, like at the last time, it was like a 3/4 charge phantom that came out that got reflected. Cloudy was ready for it. You're not just ready for that. You can't react to that online. I don't just see that she said, "Go."
Yeah. So, I don't know. We can take a look at some of the stuff back in that last match, because like you were saying, man, I mean, Joker just has like Macklemore would be proud. He has a thrift shop of options, right?
Yes.
And
even with only $20 in his pocket, he pulled out some deals.
At the end of the day, I mean, he was wearing his grandpa.
Yeah. It almost felt like if the percent for some of the stocks disappeared, he might have got a 5-figure discount.
Right.
Cool.
I mean, look at that. That back air, it was at like 100. So I was
activated.
and to have it available that much later, right? Going for the big edge guard right there. definitely one of those moments where I look at the way that Cloudy's playing and I'm going, oh, like that's the moment where I realized Inu is taking way too much time off stage, right? Just giving Cloudy any amount of options to just come back again.
Yeah, kind of double dip. But he didn't have too much dip on the chip.
No, it was just enough dip on the chip. Now that was too much dip on the chip. I will say, there were moments where there was far too much dip on the chip. And I'm like, bro, I know we're at the dollar store, but come on, you can at least bring for like the torpedoes and on the border.
Right. I like the on the border chip though.
Oh no! The on the border chips and dip are fine. I'm just saying he can spring for the Tostitos. You can get the salsa con queso.
It's all cool. Con queso.
Con queso. Yeah.
Well, papitas con queso.
Oh, papitas con queso.
Going in. Next game now. We're trying to sauce it up with some extra spice from Bowser on Sansco's end. Coming up with Lights. Oh, Lights. Try to make this one a quick winner style.
He literally just ate all the spicy sauce and said, I actually prefer habaneros. Check this out. Check this out.
He likes papitas con victory. He's dipping the sauce in a little bit of wind.
Oh, what? Are we playing Smash 4? Are we playing Smash 4? Hello?
He's only alive because he is one of the heaviest characters in the game. Lord.
Nothing else would have warranted that sort of survival. But then again, nothing else would have warranted that combo in the first place. That was nice. Pickup. Dude, Lights 2 stocks in under 50 seconds.
Gets the little berry footstool onto the platform and has time to charge the down smash to punish him popping up.
I love that from Sansco, though. He just goes, hey, I got super armor on this down smash and you're ZSS. You're very light. Let me just run up and take this stock real quick. But hey, he's pulling out a lot of aerials on landing very quickly. That's why Lights has gotten so many kills so quickly.
Man, finding opportunities to sit just outside of Bowser's range where it feels uncomfortable to swing, comes through with the grab. Swinging it for the jabs, trying to maybe get a tech chase.
Woo!
And Zero Suit's range is just an incredible tool. You'll constantly see this Zair coming out from max distance, can confirm into really pretty much your favorite moves as Zero Suit. Yeah, maybe Zair into fair, Zair into grab. Not Zair into grab, I don't think in this game. Zair into jabs, you can set up into all kinds of different fun aerials.
Honestly, I like that Sansco is kind of focusing on that. He's focusing on like the movement and the range more than he is on, trying to get whiff punishes or anything. Because let's be frank, that's not going to happen a lot against CSS. A lot of her stuff is very, very, very safe. And honestly, her frame rate is so fast in the first place. It's not only safe, it's also quick, and it can hit hard. And that's what Lights was showing right there, is that he says, hey, I'm just going to drift down until you press a button, and then her double jump height is so high that the moment Bowser starts rising, you just go right up to meet him with that forwarder.
Yeah, once you get down at that angle, Bowser's sitting here, Zero Suit like, whew, dives right down this way. What does Bowser do? You can try to go for the early recovery, but then you're coming into a really long rolling fortress, and that's super reactable. You might even be able to boost kick that on the recovery if you can't just reach up with a rising aerial. And a lot of the time, if you're forced to do an early recovery like that, Bowser, you're going to land on stage. You're going to have some lag too. It's still going to end up being a boost kick or maybe a back air. It's not a good time.
No. I mean, and even as we saw, boost kick may not kill Bowser for very long just yet, but if it's 6 or 7 up airs going into the boost kick, then you're happy to have it all the same.
Exactly. And that was like from the middle, the side platform where the boost kick connected. We were off stage.
Yeah.
At like 30 extra percent, around 100. I think clean boost kick takes it. So now, definitely going to find a quick counter pick, but counter picking back to the same stage. Doesn't want anything else, I guess, as Bowser right now. Maybe just wants to take a minute to reflect on what they did in the match, Sansco here, and adjust as a player instead of totally changing the terrain and not really recognizing, did my adaptations actually happen, or was it the stage to make it all work?
Well, and I think that it's also a good way to, especially on Pokemon Stadium 2, where there are flat segments and there are platform segments, you can get a good sense of your opponent's sensibilities, particularly in the way that they like to play in those two comparative areas of the stage.
Right.
And I think that Sansco, I just want to say, first of all, I think that Sansco is doing a better job of picking up on how Lights was playing in those flatter areas of the stage.
Yeah, I think the first game definitely went by too quick for you to pick it up. Sometimes you just got caught in an unfortunate disadvantage situation as Bowser, and that just happens, right? But this time, running it back, maybe we'll be able to figure out that a little bit more and Yeah, definitely covering the flat areas a little bit better. Sometimes DSS is going to be better on a platform than Bowser. It's just going to happen. But Sensco's, I think, navigating it pretty well here.
There we go. The early forward air from Lights that time. Gonna give Sansco the opportunity to make it back, and the back air to punish that dash back in after the downbeat, the flip kick.
Ooh, and the slide in with the up tilt, the punish. Trying to use that flip jump to get away from the disadvantage, get off of the ledge.
And I think this is what Sansco's been looking for, since the end of that game one. He's still gonna be alive, only just as Lights does miss the forward air. That'll do it.
That's hilarious.
That's one way to finish the stock, I suppose, if you're confident. You don't need to mess around with anything else.
There's that whirling forward without a shield, though. Even up the percent, that could have been a tech base, just barely misses the timing to dash up with the jab.
Ooh, there we go. Love that neutral air. I think that one of the big things that Sansco is picking up on is the way that flip kick is being used. And Lights needs to be a little bit more careful about using that to maneuver around in neutral, whereas against a lot of characters, especially ones with less range, you're free to use that flip kick about as much as you please. But Sansco, on the other hand, playing the big, fast, hard-hitting Bowser.
Right. Big and fast. Don't get it twisted. You see Bowser and you think of Melee Bowser where he's moving across the stage like a
go-kart.
But this game, he is schmoo. He runs full sprint. I mean, he doesn't look like he's a... He doesn't look like he's a catcher trying to run around the bases. Looks like he's actually meant and built for this.
Yeah, no, he looks like Aaron Judge. You know, he's a quick boy.
Trot.
Yeah.
You know?
Nice with a baseball metaphor, by the way.
No problem. I brought it here just for you.
I figured you did. I'm just glad to see it nonetheless. Okay, well, right down into the Pokeball center stage, but that up smash eventually going to do it. And man, this is just going to show that, like, Sansco's getting like a couple of stray hits, but the damage output has just been a steady stream from Lights this whole game.
And this, what I've seen for the last like 15 seconds, is Lights kiting around Sansco, get one little hit. Do I get a confirm? No? All right, then I'm jumping around to the other side, running away again, going for my little hit. Do I get a confirm? Okay, yes. A little bit of damage. And repeat. Just hit and run, zoom in and out. And where Sansco has to excel here is catching the way Lights tries to run around.
And I'm telling you, man, anytime that Lights gets up into the air, he's doing a great job of sussing that out. But anytime that the gameplay is purely on the ground, it looks like Lights is getting away with a whole lot more because the attention is diverted to the aerial game. As it will be against Zero-Suit. She spends so much time up there.
Trying to catch the tech chase out, but Sansco finally has time to shield.
That's exactly what I'm talking about right there, though, is that against anybody else just standing there for 30 seconds or so, that's going to get you messed up against the Bowser. He's got a pretty decent grounding game, all things considered.
Goes up for the back air, but Sansco is able to air dodge down. Again, we're seeing Zaire converts all of your favorite things. He's able to get even such a low aerial all the way down, almost off the stage, and then there, flip of the plasma whip.
Look at the flip of the whip. Woo.
Incredible. Incredible.
Yeah.
See, again, he just dances around Sansco. It's really perfect how you play the archetype of ZSS. Constantly, I feel like some people don't get ZSS when they put her as like a rush down character. She can rush. She's got the frame data to do that, but she is built different. Like
she is definitely built different.
She has the tools to zone. In my mind, she's a zoner, 100%. A fast-paced zoner, though. Her goal isn't to run away from you with her zone. It's I am going to sit here at a range that you are not going to hit me at. Very uncomfortable, and fly at you from these ranges at a speed you're not comfortable with. And if I hit you, I'm picking at you like mosquito bites all day.
Yeah. Pound for pound, I mean, she's going to get to control a zone more than almost any other character in the game, just by raw fact of how much speed she has on the ground and in the air. Combined, it has to be one of the highest values.
Yeah, not even just movement speed, but her speed of her moves as well is really good for that. So now we see she's got different burst movement options and her flip jump. Just run up and up smash is a...
It's specifically trying to set up onto that top platform, too, at the start of the game, because that can lead to many up airs, as we've seen. Now, normally, I would say it's scary to take a Zero-Suit to Smashville, because, like I said, she can run circles around you, especially just in that center platform. But Bowser, just by existing, controls a third of the stage, and if he actually tries, it's half.
That's true. Maybe we'll
Great
see
air dodge.
if he's able to catch this movement, might get some bigger reward than he did on Pokemon Stadium 2.
Sansco leaning really heavily on the forwarder, though. Again, the aerials in general have really been where he's trying to find all of his success, but I think the forward air is starting to be used so much to the point that Lights is just trying and space around that threat zone in particular.
Interesting. I wonder if where you went for the big aerial out of shield, if the command grab out of shield might have been a choice to punish the plasma whip, because that move is pretty quick. It's if I'm not mistaken, that's like frame 9, frame 6 to 9. I think it's 9.
It's single digits for sure.
Yeah. It's like a frame 6 grab and you got a frame 3 jump squat. I think that's 9. I don't know. Adding isn't my strong suit.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Ooh, the roll behind that'll do it for sure. You hold straight down on that Bowser bomb, not the Bowser bomb, the flying slam rather, to get maximum survivability. But even then, I mean, 120 on the platform. Yeah, Zero Suit's very, very light. And now you're seeing, like you were saying, I think Sansco's realized, hey, this is a very quick option that I have, and I can take care of Zero Suit's shield pressure via this way. But man, you got to get back to the stage so quickly against her, or else you're just gonna eat pain.
Ooh, I wonder if another Nairmatic converted there instead of lifting the fair, because Lights went right above Standstill. That could have been big damage opportunity, but still, Lights. Oh, he's got.
Oh, no jump as well.
Right out of the air.
Into his loving arms.
And that move is a cheater move. That flamethrower, or the fire breath from Bowser, does so much damage if you touch the opponent's array up close to it.
I mean, even if your opponent is shielding it and they're up close to you, that's where I, as a Bowser player, turn to my opponent and say, bro, I'm sorry, but you're getting hit by this. And then they still take 19%.
And it's just ridiculous sometimes. But the amount of commitment that you got to put into that move, you've earned something.
Ooh, the forwarder. We've seen a lot of those counter hit forwarders from Sansco. He DIs away to give him time to use that. But even with perfect DI into the corner, that boost kick is still strong. Oh my goodness, again though!
That forward air as Bowser also functions as an up air, reaching so high above to catch that flip jump, trying to get out of dodge.
That's the advantage of playing such a big character, man. You throw out one hitbox and it's sure to cover pretty much whatever you need.
There we go. Go for that flying slam out of shield. Punish that up tilt. And another for good measure. I want to see a...
You will not get a third.
Maybe not this game. Maybe next game we'll see a third. But Sansco's earned that next game. That's the important thing, because that was his game for dropping into the loser's bracket. But that change in Stadium, after he learned how to play from the Pokemon Stadium games, was pretty important. I really think Smashville was a big pick. And that was still pretty close, tight match, but you could see the changes in how well that... It made it a little bit easier for Sansco to punish the movement.
I mean, punishing the movement and in general, like getting a lot of counter hits as well on that small stage. The more maneuverable, better frame data kind of character is going to want to scrap a little bit more. But when you're up against a character like Bowser, and particularly where Sansco is trying to keep the game so aerially focused, he's going to get a lot of opportunities to counter hit, like we saw with that forwarder. He'll drop in on you with the Nair when you try and fade away, which is something that we saw a lot from Lights on PS2. But on Smashville, you don't have as much range to run away and get away from that Nair wholesale.
True. And it's really hard to make aerials your game of your approach plan on Smashville because of that little hat on Smashville, the middle platform that kind of functions as
the Pizza Hut.
Yes, the Pizza Hut hat. There's no aerial zone right there. The opponent gets to sit under it and say, "Oh, you want to approach me with the aerial?" You have to get through this platform first.
Well, how about we triple the amount of platforms?
I think
Yoshi's story.
Very interesting pick. I definitely think this is a good pick. It's kind of good for ZSS. I actually think Battlefield is better for ZSS in this game because the weird way that the platforms are, they kind of cover her Nair conversions.
I would also wager that and maybe either Lilat or Kalos were banned.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely a couple of stages were banned and led us to here. But I think this isn't terrible for Bowser. This is a... I like to see this where when the counter pick comes here and I say, oh, that's not bad. That means we're going to have some competitive stages between the two characters that leads to a more interesting set.
Yeah, I like to see light counter picks being the ones that are available. And hey, right here, man, Sansco already got the lead. Forward throw is not what he's going to go for because he knows that now it'll kill pretty much guaranteed at that point.
Wanted to get extra damage. What's down going to do, like 17 or more?
Does 17%, yeah.
17%.
I know that because I used to love to spam it against my friends. Ooh, there's the berry into the boost kick.
Yep.
And Bowser may be killing early, but that boost kick is going to be even sweeter on this stage.
Yeah, and dropping a little bit of range. Oh, I love the idea of the Bowser bomb there, trying to get that shield break.
I think that the only problem that I see with that game plan is that that's not really conducive to the way that Lights has been playing.
True.
Whereas anytime that the Bowser comes close, it's been pretty solidly like a tempo of, okay, there will be maybe like a half a second or so, and then I jump out of shield. And that is for a mix-up against somebody who is scared, and Lights is not scared right now.
Stansko has spent almost the entirety of the past 15 seconds either air dodging or shielding. And that is the perfect picture example of somebody who's scared. Lights is just moving all around him, not giving him an opportunity to try to set a pace.
That was a great recovery out of that side platform, though, and sort of faking him out right there, looking like he might have been knocked down into the tech situation, but instead getting the quick KO.
There we go. 102% on Stansko onto the second stock. He's got a big lead. He can live this.
Center stage, of course he will.
With poor oh.
That was a misinput. It was supposed to be the up B.
This for the side B, I think I had way too much end lag for him to recover from that.
Well, and even then, he was so low without the jump as well, because he had to use it after the down air.
Yeah. We're coming with the doves, extra fists. Maybe we'll make something happen. This is a stage where low percent kills can definitely come into play.
Especially as Bowser, man. If he gets onto that last stock. And I love that he's been adjusting the DI too, because we saw obviously in that game 1, did not have the great DI, almost got one of those early kills, but center stage, that control of the stage has been really clutch for both of these players and having that survivability. It's one of the reasons that a lot of the game revolves on Yoshi's story here, about having that center stage control, because that means so much for survivability.
Ooh, stuck in a really bad spot with that air dodge.
Oh, he does it again!
He got the spike off of it too. And come down. He's been coming down with so many aerials in that situation. Finally condition Lights to shield there. Comes down with a flying slam command grab, and that's going to take that stock down to last stock situations. 83 isn't particularly unhealthy for Bowser.
He's got another 40-ish% before that boost kick starts killing at the edge of the stage.
Right. And talk about center stage, and Mans is about as healthy as an ox. You know?
One whole ox.
They're pretty healthy.
It's like a horse, but larger.
That's what I hear. The Ox King is known for his health. Debatable.
Zero Suit, stay away from me!
Oh, wait, the jabs?
Change.
Wait, this could be game 5. This could be game 5 real soon.
Oh, he's got to watch out for the low recovery. Oh, but
ledge
he
trump.
gets the ledge trump. He's alive because Bowser is thick with a couple extra C's in there.
I'm rather large!
Oh, there it
Here
is.
comes the plasma with Bowser.
Oh, he's still large!
Bigger than a pirate. At least 8 C's. more than okay, but surely he goes down to this one.
At that point, I was not going to agree with you, because I was like, I was wrong twice in a row. I'm just going to let this play out. I don't know about you, man.
Yeah, I could not call it for a third time. Just gotta let it happen.
Look, fool me once and twice. I mean, they're both shame on me. Fool me thrice. I mean, like, block my Twitter. I don't like.
Fool me once. Come on, Sakurai. That was just mean.
Yeah.
Fool me twice. I should have known better.
Yeah. Like, you know what? Let's take a look at some of the stuff that happened back in that last match too. Let's start on the game 1, of course, with the crazy combos that Lights opened up with. 11 seconds is all it took for that first stock.
Yeah, I mean, we see the flying slam still coming to play, but man, it didn't take long for him to bounce back up onto the stage with the footstool into the berry, onto the platform, into the down stack. He was schmooving this game. We really got a very abridged game 1. Real deep recovery in this game. A very abridged game 1. And that's when we saw game 2 on the same stage. Stansko really had to figure out, what do I need to adjust? I need another chance.
he didn't get too many. And that was one of the things that he did right there. He realized, like, okay, while my air-to-air game has been very good, I do need to be a little bit more comfortable playing grounded against CFS, because he is a little bit weaker there. If he goes into the air, I have great anti-air to do that.
And we saw, I think the change in stadium, from the stadium to Smashville was huge. Get a little bit more up close and personal. Saw a lot more of these command grabs coming through from this point on. And as we see another one, I was talking about it. More command grabs coming through meant a lot more opportunity for Stansko. I think because he had conditioned so many aerials, really find more open.
Man, that right there, that ledge trapping was honestly so good. That was the thing that I think mostly was the set winner for Lights, was just being able to keep this big body at ledge and then not letting him away. But if you play too, Bowser gets a chance to strike back with all those big strong moves.
Yeah, he did get cut a little bit short. I really feel like we were very close to seeing that game 5.
Very.
I feel like if we start the set in game 2, this could be anybody's game, right? But game 1, Lights just came out the gate swinging, and it took a little bit too long for the adjustment to happen. We needed to go back to the same stage to figure out, hold on, I need to redo that.
What exactly went wrong here?
Yeah. And then once the adjustments happened, it was pretty clean. Bounce back into a proper counter pick. The next stage isn't that bad for you, but it took too long. We need to see something happen a little bit quicker. Maybe Cloudy can bring that a little bit quicker to this game now. But Lights versus Cloudy, if I'm not mistaken, we're in Winners Finals.
We are in Winners Finals indeed, and we're going to be seeing probably a much more different game than we saw last time, because we saw that Lights was going up against a Bowser that was very happy to do counter hits and said, hey, I'm going to live forever, so I'm going to use that to my advantage by just hitting you with big, strong moves whenever you overextend. In this case, Joker, played by Cloudy, is just as light as Lights' Zero Suit Samus, and in that case, we need to see a lot more evasive gameplay, and we're going to be seeing a movement showcase more than anything in this set.
Right. Joker is a little bit heavier than characters that normally fit his archetype, but he's still not a Bowser, right? He's going to die at a reasonable percent. Now, here's the other thing, though. He's got Arsene on his side, so he hits like a Bowser sometimes either way. We might see Lights disappearing right now, honestly, if you get the proper back air at the ledge. But
I think that we're going to be seeing Lights disappearing from neutral, because he is not about to fight this man.
So I'll be somewhere else.
Oh!
The roll
The positioning! Yeah!
That looked like a Street Fighter. I stunned you, and I'm going for the setup for my combo kind of stuff.
That was almost like one of those things where, like, you see somebody get stunned in, like, training mode or something for, like, 15 seconds by a Deku Nut or something.
Yeah.
And then you just run all around the stage to set that up.
Really, really deep waiting for the air dodge. Great patience on Cloudy's end to even up this game. And like you said, yeah, it's definitely a movement showcase between these two. That's the name of the game. I talked about it before. I think Zero Suit as a character just runs around, goes for these pokes with her extended range. But Joker does a lot of the similar stuff where he'll move, kind of force an option out of you. He doesn't have quick moves like Zero Suit does. That's one of the big distinctions. I feel like a lot of people misconception about him. He has not the fastest moves to pressure and neutral, but his movement speed is the biggest and most important thing.
Well, and the fact that he has moves that they might not have the fastest frame data, but so many of them auto-cancel if you place them right, especially that Nair, such a big threat that you see MKLeo use all the time.
Right, it's important that they might not have the slowest or the quickest startup, but they do have very little end lag, so if you let him start a move, he's already on to the next thing.
And almost dying to that boost kick, though. Good DI by Cloudy to stay alive, but that's the kind of thing where, as a Bowser, you're not even worried about that.
Not worried for a second. That's going to be no punish on that Plasma Whip. Sometimes you got to wait and see if they're going to reel it back as well, so you give it a little bit of extra respect.
Now we see Lights immediately backing up to center stage and trying to bait Cloudy into approaching, and I think that Cloudy's kind of content to sit back and gather up the rest of that Arsene meter.
I mean, we see Lights is recognized. Cloudy is 99% of the way there, pretty much. And you don't want to approach as he gets set up into Arsene. That's a little too much. Terrifying, right? It's at 84 as Zero Suit. This is where the tables can turn.
You can see, yeah, Lights is doing everything he can to just not get hit, not hit him with the wrong move, but now all of that waiting has given Cloudy the Arsene.
This is normally how you see people play against Arsene, but this is like saying, I don't even want to see the guy.
I don't want to be anywhere near this man.
Go,
now just the pressure. Again, Lights has been spending this whole first stock base, or this whole second stock rather, just running away from Cloudy, trying not to get hit by that, but that running away mentality led to that.
And honestly, I feel like all of that extra time spent there gave Cloudy some data to recognize. How do you escape when I put you in the corner? Oh, you jump? Interesting. I'm going to keep that in the back of my head when it actually matters in like 20 seconds when I get my Arsene. And then boom, double jump back air, catches you trying to escape.
I mean, that's something that we saw from Cloudy in that first set that we saw them play, right? Is that we saw a lot of Cloudy kind of waiting for the right moment to pull out those killing moves. Like we saw the kills with the Makarakarn, right? Up throw here might have been the setup, but no, without Rage, Lights wants to hold on to that.
Maybe going for a DI mix-up with the back throw there could have caught them. That is a big commitment on the grab, trying to catch the neutral get up. It is a pretty meaty grab. Maybe would have caught it with variable timings on that neutral get up if you believe, but the roll in coming out of Cloudy, was just the right option at the right time coming through. That's a clean forward smash to take that game to stock.
Very nicely done. And with all that rage, who needs Arsene, right? You basically are Arsene at that point.
Yes, you're just
You're
so
the man himself.
mad that you've summoned an extra entity in your brain.
I feel like that is part of Persona 5 just in general. It's like I can't believe this man is here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I wanted to take a look, by the way, at Javi. I'm very at Cloudy.
Yeah,
I'm very familiar with Lights as a player, but I was not as much familiar with Cloudy. Went to look up. There was a Wi-Fi tournament a little while ago. This is the most notable one I could find in the GOML North American Open for Mexico, the Mexican Open. Cloudy took a game off of Joker, ultimately lost that set, but then afterwards beat Javi and beat Bedgar, and then almost took the set from Spargo as well.
2-3 against Spargo. Yeah, those are incredible names to have on your resume.
Yeah, I can't believe that I've never heard of Cloudy, because we live the state that is bordering Mexico, and I have just never heard of this incredible Joker.
Ignorance is bliss, because if I'd known, I might have been fearful.
I would have gone into this going, oh, oh no, we're about to see the sickest Joker online ever. Which is what we've been seeing. I mean, again, like you said, the patience has been incredible, and I like that Cloudy plays so incredibly aggressive, which is not how he plays, once he has Arsene and later into the stock, but at the beginning, Cloudy's happy to just run up into somebody's space and say, all right, give me Arsene for free. I don't mind.
Definitely expected the back air to connect there after Lights went down for the deep back air of his own, but somehow manages to escape that. Cloudy back on stage. Arsene is gone, so Lights did a great job of managing that. But the first Arsene is always the easiest, right? Because you start with a pretty even meter. Second stock and on, you spawn with a little bit extra meter, and also you're in variable situations coming into this next game. Siri's already got 25% of the meter, Lights is 117%. If we're able to play calm and collected and not take too much damage for evening up the stocks, you're already 50% of the way to an arc. Look at that. Look at how close you already are to the next Arsene.
I mean, you just had to get, like, bread and butter comboed one time, and now going into this next stock, I mean, this is prime for Cloudy.
Prime. Look, 50% on him, already has Arsene.
He just wanted to get the kill immediately. I love that.
I do respect it. Goes for the nair into the forward air. Doesn't get a whole lot, but that's back air out of shield.
Ooh, catching the jump!
Punish. Oh, the little flip stool gets him out of dodge.
That's a very good non-committal option there by Lights, too, to just say, hey, I'm going to hold the jump button here, and then if you decide to do nothing, then I get away for free, and if not, I can just react with an attack if I have to. So now Cloudy, like you said, first Arsene is always the easiest, but the next one is hard, and he's not going to get that. He might get a chance with that DI. His DI do be nice, though.
Maybe it was Sheet, maybe it was another Zero Suit, but I did mention that Phantom Thief has a little bit of extra meat on his bone.
No chance to tap.
Not a chance. Not in this universe.
The ledge, man. Wait, every single time he just runs up and forward smashes.
We have 3-peat forward smash KOs.
For the first one was different from these two in game 2, whereas that first one was, oh, you whiffed a grab, sorry, like you shouldn't have done that. But these two were just like, Lights was like, okay, I'm gonna try to run away, and then he just got whopped.
I said, I have a knife.
What do you have?
A knife.
No.
that is basically the entirety of playing against Joker.
Arsene, what do you have? A soul.
No.
I know that Arsene is not Nightmare from Soul Calibur, but
sometimes in my heart, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Still, honestly, don't.
No, he is. He is a Nightmare. That should never. I feel like neither of those should have ever had kill screens, and yet they both did.
I saw both of them and was like, these are strong moves, sure, but why did they flash with red lightning?
Like I didn't have time to process how dumb that second one was because I was still thinking about why did the first one get a kill screen?
It's like 80% off of an up air from like full hop height.
Yeah, it's in Pokemon Stadium 2. I mean, it's not Smashville, it's not Battlefield ceiling, but
I know sometimes kill screen assumes the worst possible scenario. Like I've seen some silly kill screens that should never happen, but off of a cross up on horrible DI. Maybe.
Sometimes it happens.
But when you give them the kill screen, they can say, oh, you're over here. Let me fix my DI real quick so I don't...
You can't fix your DI in the middle of the kill screen.
You can.
No, you cannot.
You can't.
No? Since when?
It literally since the start of the game. It pauses everything.
Okay, well, I was told by 1P that you cannot.
Maybe I'm wrong.
So, I have two people that I believe and trust on this game very much giving me conflicting information.
Maybe my DI is nicer than I thought it was. But I always thought that the kill screen gave me a little help.
Ooh. And right now, Lights is going to need a little bit of help getting back into this game. DI or not, and he had no chance at the end of that game too, and his chances are running out to stay in winner's side because Cloudy's looking like it might be a clean run to winner's side grand finals.
Both these players playing silly with their tethers there for a second on the edge.
There's that Nair. Even the Nair out of shield might not be the fastest, but it's night. Oh! Okay, so I know that it is called a meteor smash, but that was the most I have ever seen somebody fly like a meteor.
Literally. Man actually is causing some trouble for the ocean.
Somebody is going to look underneath Pokemon Stadium 2 and they're going to see Joker Yamcha posing.
Oh no.
In a crater.
That is the closest we're going to have to a Goku and Super Smash Brothers is
that particular moment right there.
Yeah.
This is the most that we're going to have an anime character in this game, you're right.
Yeah. Man, we are already so close to the second Arsene. After the first Arsene really didn't get to play. So let's handle it. Extra.
And I think bigly that's Lights, you know, kind of taking note of the fact that, okay, once Cloudy has Arsene, especially on that first stock, like he's wants to, you know, try and come and get close and try and force me into doing something. So how about I just go for that early recovery back to stage and blast this man?
Already second Arsene is gone. Lights almost evening up the percents, practically even.
However,
there we go.
Now the stocks are even. And that's the important part, is that now you're going to have to get Arsene probably to get this next stock, and you're going to be at like 110 by the time you get that, most likely, if you get there.
Oh, maybe if you start using some of this Rebel's Guard like that, though, it'll be a little bit extra, a little bit early.
I will say Cloudy has some of the best Rebel's Guard usage I have seen, just period, from a Joker.
Right, and you know, against Zelda, which we saw before, it is a little bit easier when you have those projectiles, but seeing the way that he uses it against Zaire is also phenomenal, because what other tool do you have to combat at that range? Nothing, really. So I'll just take my free extra damage.
Right, okay. Uh-huh. I can't tell if this is Evo 2018 or if we're just...
No, they're just chilling.
If we're having a problem.
No, they're just chilling.
Yeah.
Big chilling. Sometimes you take...
I would like that to be all, Lights. I would like it if you two would fight. Thank you.
Hey!
Hey! Can we fight? Hey!
I love
You know,
that.
it's actually big brain by Cloudy though, because he's standing there going, "I'm getting free Arsene."
Exactly.
If I'm looking at Lights right there, I'm like, bro, why are you taunting? Go hit him.
Lights is thinking, I'm going to time this guy out. And Claudia is thinking, I'm
gonna
going
get
to
Arsene. I'm gonna get Arsene before 4 minutes are up.
And Arsene is here. Percents are even.
Arsene is gone.
Arsene is gone. Percents are not even. I mean, percents are just about even again.
Yeah, Lights has got that full stock lead just about, and now, you know, might be looking for that opportunity to kind of run away, try and time out, or, you know, at the very least, try and get a better sense of how Cloudy plays when, you know, they're going aggressive. Because I think that when you're behind like this, you do have to go aggressive, and Lights has a great opportunity to try and suss that kind of thing out right now.
Ooh, punishes that Makara card attempt. Going deep, deep.
Does not get the whoop, the fake footstool.
Oh, there we go. Coming up with a double hit. Forward air is going to catch that flip jump recovery back onto the stage. But Arsene is gone. Cloudy's got to do this one clean.
Look, Cloudy, run to the other side of the stage and start taunting.
True?
You have 3 minutes to get Arsene.
He's also got that dot damage. Get some extra bleed.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is he?
That was Lights not realizing that he was actually going to land that, because I think that he was of the assumption that, okay, so I've held this down smash for that long, it's not going to connect, and so he immediately had that flip kick in his mind. Brain buffered, if you will.
Yep.
He hadn't actually done the input yet, but in his mind, he was already doing it. And again, just running into center stage and saying, hey, I'll take this, and then I'll give it up because I want to go run away and set up for a Zaire or a side B or something like that. And look at how much time this is giving Cloudy to rack up just enough damage right now, where if Cloudy can play enough defense, Arsene can come back, and this will be death if a back air connects.
This is a back throw. In comes Arsene soon? Soon?
About 3 seconds away.
Soon, TM? Dune TM emoji.
That's
There's Arsene.
the optical illusion is killing it, and immediately as he comes, it's the up smash to cover the platform, and Cloudy makes the comeback.
Because immediately Arsene comes out, Lights is terrified and says, I gotta jump over this. And that's exactly what got him killed the first time.
That's literally the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Literally, Arsene was about to appear. He spent 20 seconds saying, I don't want to be near Arsene, maybe coming out in some form in the future. And then immediately jumped into a back end. And now we're seeing, oh my Lanta, here comes Arsene. I'm terrified. I'm going to jump.
Ooh, into Arsene. I see.
Yeah. Well, there he is. Whoopsie. And that's 3-0 for Cloudy.
3-1.
Oh, 3-1. You're right.
3-1 for Cloudy.
3-1 for Cloudy.
Nonetheless,
that was quick games.
They were quick games, and that's what happens sometimes when you have two fast characters who do not rely on projectiles.
Not necessarily big damage, but early KO potential.
Yes, early KO potential is the big part.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to go back and look at some of the stuff in that match. Oh, here are the instant replays too. Man, production's on point today. Yeah, the game one we saw especially so much. That was a very nice play, but it was kind of, one of the last times for a little while that, Lights was getting, big moments like that, right? Because Cloudy was really picking up on that defense after that point. The offensive openings just weren't happening, and this is what we were talking about right there, right? The ability to just kind of say, well, here's a problem that you're presenting me, and then I'm going to give you the solution, which is that I kill you.
Man, really deep.
What a reversal, too. I never even noticed that in the moment, how nice of a reversal that was, even though it's set up for his death, ultimately.
Yeah, it was still an opportunity, right, in the making.
And then Cloudy... Again, just running up and forward. So that was the third time that he had landed a forward smash in a row. That's something you don't see very often.
And the two silly kill screens. He's at one. I don't know what direction you had to have been holding, right? Because he was back airing him. Maybe drifted back.
I don't know. We also did see that in that replay that Lights air dodged very close to the blast zone, and if that was directional, that would have gotten you killed.
That's very true. This game just has some funky mechanics that don't make no sense sometimes.
It's almost like that's how Smash goes sometimes.
When you break it down and are like, that's why that happens, you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But when you don't, and you just look at the function of the thing, you're like, this is silly, and I don't know why it works that way. Why do you move the opposite direction you've chosen to air dodge for a frame before you air dodge the direction you've chosen?
Because you don't want to live forever. That's just a problem that apparently needed to be solved.
Right. Who are the people? Is it alchemists who are attempting to live forever? Is that the study of? Well, I mean, I know that they try to change things and other things, but I think some of it is
living forever. I think you're just thinking of Full Metal Alchemist.
No. I'm not thinking of Full Metal Alchemist. I'm actually thinking of the series,
actual alchemy.
Well, the Septimus Heap series of books, in which
the who?
It is a great.
Back it up. What did you just call it?
It's the Septimus Heap.
The Septimus Heap.
Yes, that is a character's name. It is a series of young adult fiction novels about like magic and magic.
In Septimus Heap?
Yeah. This guy.
What a name.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it?
You know what else? You know what else is an incredible name?
Also a great Iron Maiden song.
Septimus Heap?
No, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Septimus Heap would be a great Iron Maiden song, though. I would need to commission Iron Maiden to make the song
Septimus Heap. Oh man, I'm gonna look up Septimus Heap. Oh wow, look at that, crazy.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a bunch of books because they're good. Did that say Septimus Heap movie? They're not doing a movie, are they?
Will there be a Septimus Heap movie? Acquires Septimus Heap. Harper. Warner Brothers has acquired the feature film rights.
That's in 2007. We're never gonna get the movie. Oh, it's okay. Flight was the best one. That was the second book, and then after that, it got kind of weird.
You know what else is?
I don't think I read past the fifth book. I'm gonna be honest.
Well,
I was reading them as they were coming out.
Septimus. Sorry, Mr. Heap. So, we're waiting on a match to wrap up here before we can get into the next one, which is fine because I want to talk about a different fascinating name that starts with S.
Oh, word?
Alex. And also Steve.
Neither.
Because I know that everybody is perhaps a little bit Steve saturated at the moment.
I was gonna say Alex does not start with X.
No,
with
yeah.
S.
Doesn't start with X either, unless you're
It's reading backwards.
read it backwards, and then it's Kebert Zella, Alex Trebek backwards, and then that's how you send him. Wait,
Alex
no, that's
Trebek is in Super Smash Brothers,
dude. What I would give to have Alex Trebek in Smash Brothers as like an assist trophy,
right?
yeah, that'd be great. Fine
Anyway.
contestant here today in Mario.
What is Mario?
This game's winner is what is Mario?
I need an Alex Trebek voice pack. just for that.
just like Snoop Dogg in Call of Duty. I would love.
Is that a real thing?
Yes, I think that was also like 3 Call of Duties ago.
Sanctioned by the Call of Duty people?
Yeah, no, it was an official voice pack.
That's crazy.
No, it was great. Steve is also great though. And I think that first of all, I think that it's great that he's in Smash, and anybody who is upset or quitting over it is a weenie. Steve is cool.
The only
and
thing
you need to grow up.
that concerns me about what I have seen about this character is I feel like if he can create a block in midair, he shouldn't get a double. We haven't learned anything about whether or not he does. I don't think
Get a double jump back?
He shouldn't get a double jump off of a platform that he's created.
I get the feeling that you're not going to get a double jump back, much like anybody else,
Like, it
unless you
shouldn't let
touch
you
actual
create. You shouldn't be able to double jump, create platform jump, double jump. That's the only thing I don't want to happen. Other than that, he can break all the rules he wants, I guess.
Right. I honestly think that he's going to be so complex that he's not going to be annoying to fight until you are actually good at the game.
Maybe.
And otherwise you don't have to worry about it.
Maybe.
That's my guess, because I think that against anybody else, you just sit back and you wait for them to mess up their resource management and then put themselves in a terrible position and then you kill them.
I'm just going to
Frankly.
throw a lot. Look, I'm glad that right now it is a blessing for me as somebody who does not enter online tournaments because I do not have a LAN adapter and I have terrible internet at home.
Right. That could also be a blessing if
It's
you're
a
an online player.
If
Depending
I
on
am
how
a
you look at
jerk
it.
without a soul.
That's true.
But I am neither. I have neither of those things, debatably. So
I think you only get to decide one of those.
I only get really I don't get to decide either of those because it's up to perception of the people. Really,
I suppose that's true.
but in my heart,
In your heart, you would like to believe that you are not a jerk and that also you have a soul.
all I know is not having offline locals right now means I'm not going to have to play an army of Steves on release, which is fine because all I would do this was my experience with Byleth, is half of my region decided that they would be a distance demon, and then I shot them with my blaster.
So anyways, I started blasting.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
whole. Thank you, Frank
Danny DeVito.
from It's Always Sunny. That's the biggest mood. Anytime I don't understand a matchup yet,
You just start blasting.
Min has come out. So anyway, I started blasting. I don't know why he's turned halfway into in my brain, that's like halfway between Danny DeVito and Gilbert Gottfried.
Because you do terrible impressions?
Yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah.
Not built like this.
You're not built like this,
It's like
you're
half.
not built like that.
It's halfway in between. Are you gonna hit me up with the Kia Soul hamsters?
I think Kia Soul Hamsters, dude.
A little bit of this.
Kia Soul Hamsters confirmed for Smash?
Hey, they had fits.
Their
They
ultimate
had some
is
fits.
House of Boom.
They have at
That's
least 8
That
costumes.
was an odd choice for a final Smash, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel like I was like, oh, you didn't want to do the Ender Dragon?
Ender Dragon.
You didn't want to do the Ender Dragon?
Look, I have
you didn't want to
played
do the
very
Wither?
little Minecraft. But I would be... it didn't make sense to me that there's no Ender Dragon involved.
Yeah, it is a spirit, and that is all. Well, anyways, let's get into the spirit of the game in losers' quarters. We've got Inu back on the stage after a little while of a break, going up against Nigel, who's been coming up from the losers bracket for at least a little bit, was in losers 8th. and had a close 3-2 victory over Arc Pro.
Now, the important thing I want to know, right now we're seeing Lucina, but that doesn't tell the whole story. Because on the route here, to beat Arc Pro, the Diddy Kong player, Nijin played Fox and King K. Rool.
Yeah.
So, already busted out a third character. We haven't seen how either of the other two play, but I want to see all of them.
To be frank,
As a character enthusiast.
I also like to see variety. However, I think that if those are your 3 characters, I don't know if Nijin has deeper pockets than that.
Yeah.
But I do know if those are your 3 characters, I think this is the best choice because Fox may have the reflector and he may have speed, but he does not have very variable threat zones because his aerial drift is not great. And I think that trying to play grounded against Zelda is somewhat of a mistake, especially if you're trying to play grounded and fast.
Yeah, Fox's airspeed is not the best in the world. So sometimes, against Zelda, I get it. Swap to a character who's got the big aerial drift, able to maneuver and mover.
Maneuver and mover.
As one would.
And swing with a sword. And
Crowbar.
we've seen...
Crowbar? Look, when you play against Zelda, I feel like I'm actually playing against...
video game character Gordon Freeman?
That's the one. I in my head it was Gordon Freeman, and in my heart I was like, "There's no way it's Gordon Freeman." I'm thinking of the wrong famous Gordon.
No, if you said Gordon Ramsay, it would have been funny.
Yeah, Gordon. Yeah, I feel like I'm playing against Gordon Ramsay here. The way I'm getting cooked. Speaking of, I mean, really, Nijin is cooking right now. Up a clean stock.
For real. No, I mean, I think that again, Lucina matches up very well against this character for both the aerial drift and the fact that a lot of characters' problems is that if they're fast enough to, kind of play away from Zelda and take advantage of the projectile game, they usually don't have hitboxes that are large enough to sort of scrap with her, because her neutral attacks are very dangerous to scrap with. But Lucina has the sword. Wow, I can't believe that you punished Shield Breaker on Shield. That just seems so wrong to me.
Right. I mean, it shouldn't be safe on Shield, because that would be stupid. But... doing a shield breaker that close, getting lightning kicks for it. Lightning kick is a great move for putting. It's like frame 7 on a shield.
It's fast.
It's very, very quick.
Frame 7 sounds right. Frame 4 for that move sounds like
reasonable.
Correct.
Yeah, it's just really difficult to connect those toes. Get them in a twinkle. Look at that. If you don't get the proper connection, like
the
that.
real twinkle tackle.
Yeah.
She has Therium Z.
Ferinium Z.
Ferinium Z. That's what I said.
That's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
In my heart.
And in reality.
Correct.
For entirely sure. That's what I said.
Yeah.
But hey, let's stop talking about pronunciations. Did you see that clean comeback that Inu made despite being down by like a full stock almost that entire game? Now, Nijin's got some momentum back.
All right, yeah, it was a clean comeback, but then almost 0 to 70 with Nijin. We talked about Gordon Freeman, but maybe it's Jeff Gordon. We're looking at the wrong Gordon. Speed racing.
Oh my God, that forward smash was wrong.
Nijin is the...
Gordon Ramsay thinks that
that up air was wrong. The embodiment of all Gordons, all famous Gordons.
The Triforce of Gordons.
First
Freeman, Ramsey, and Jeff.
They've all combined into this one entity for this one moment. We saw the speed of Jeff Gordon. We saw the power of Gordon Freeman.
And we saw the raw moves that would make Gordon Freeman angry.
He was cooking.
You could only summon Gordon Freeman's... Gordon Freeman, I didn't know. We're talking about too many Gordons. This is your fault.
They're all in it together.
They're all in it. Never in my life did I think that I would see such a coalition of Gordons backing up the famous swordsman Marth.
Lucina.
Marth.
Yeah.
I know this. I played Fire Emblem Awakening. That's exactly what Marth looks like.
Oh, you're right.
He even says it in the game. He says, "I'm Marth."
He does say it. He says, "I am Marth."
I think it's really funny how they took the mask off of Marth, though.
Yeah, I mean, at least he can taunt it on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
It's the taunt to say, I would be cooler wearing this mask, but I'm giving you a chance.
I'm giving you a chance. That's literally all I do when I play, like, no cap, whenever I play Lucina Marth, I literally I get the moment, I put the mask on, take the mask off.
I mean,
Hit
like,
them away. Put the mask on, take the mask off.
Everyone knows that Super Smash Brothers is a game that is not scored in stocks, but a game scored in style points. And if you were able to play with the mask on the whole time, it just wouldn't be fair.
It's like Who's Line.
Yeah.
That's why even Joker has to take the mask off sometimes when he gets Arsene. If you didn't know this, Arsene is actually a debuff.
Yes.
Because he takes the mask off.
Style removed most of the time. You've seen the LaFables. You've seen the way that hook can really bring back the coolness.
Man, the thing about LaFables is that it's just so much harder than working minimum wage. Great up air right there to cover the platform, though. Inu has been doing a great job this game of just calling out the positioning of Nijin. Like, every single time that Nijin takes to the air, Inu's got to punish.
And really, if you're able to punish the swordsman for flying, as Lucina, the entire reason I feel like you would have picked Lucina over Fox in this matchup is because you don't want to play the ground game. So if you can punish him for jumping every time, maybe they're double guessing their thoughts.
Okay, corner pressure right there. Drifting away with the Nair does give Inu enough time. I mean, it's just so hard to get close to Zelda on the stage because even if you do push her into the corner, you mess up one time and she sits under that platform and throws projectiles at you once again.
I feel like the gameplay of Inu is... I know enough Zelda players to know how relatable it looks to watch Inu have dash attacked almost 4 times in a row in a panic.
Yeah. Let me hit you!
I would like there to be space for me to do something else, but it's just so uncomfortable here.
Recovery bell. The problem there
is
is that Inu did not go with the flow. Tried to go back to the right. Yeah, if he had gone to the left, would have been an easy recovery, I think.
But still, look at the lead that Inu has built. Doesn't really need, all that much stock.
There we go. Nice use of the frame data right there to cover with that up air. And then the moment that's over, you're able to cover that air dodge and get right back to it with the forward tilt.
Here comes the Phantom trying to punish that air dodge, but Nijin's able to get around it.
And that's specifically because Nijin made that Phantom go off early. He was drifting to the ledge and threatening to get on stage very, very quickly, which forced Inu to use that Phantom much earlier than he probably wanted to. And that gave him the ledge for free.
We were using the Phantom to cover the retreat to the ledge. Dash attack again.
That was the most I have ever felt myself connect with a player I'm commentating in my life. That forward smash at the ledge going, I just hope I kill her. Great tech by Inu. Oh my god, but he was turned the wrong way. Other way around, Magnet Hands would have had his back. But once again, where we saw one player having a pretty solid stock even lead, we are now back to an even game.
Off of 2 SDs on Inu's side, that doesn't feel great. But still, as an even game, you just gotta shake that off and bring the lightning back.
That's certainly what Inu's been looking for. A lot of those lightning kicks have been coming out, but definitely not connecting nearly as many as that first game. And that just kind of goes to show that Lucina is not an easy character to lock down and put right in the position that you want her to be. Again, that aerial drift does wonders for this matchup.
There we go. Yeah, and that forward air, being able to space out that crowbar at max range and just dash back after that, there's not a lot Inu can do but hold the L when you gotta block it. But there we go, waiting for that swing and a whip and coming through with a dash attack.
Ooh, down air landing. Gonna get Inu up above. Now it's gonna force the Zelda. Man, you were really unsafe recovery and just the run back forward smash. Nice comeback.
Poked the bear 3 times.
He was just Gordon Ramsay taking the temperature.
So I've just gotta... I'm making
He's
sure
the
turkey's at the right temperature for me to pull it out of the oven.
Or send it back into
or
the
send
oven
it right back in. So it's yeah, good, no, yeah, good, no, yeah, good, no. Get out of here.
I need somebody to clip that so I can add that as a soundbite to my soundboard effective immediately.
Oh, Lord. I'd imagine after 3 down tilts, dashing back into a forward smash, he was just pissed it wasn't the right temperature every time.
Yeah. And so eventually he just goes, forget it. He just picks up like a hammer and he just goes to the turkey and he's like, I'm eating this.
In my heart.
Chops it in half. All right, well, game 3. I suspect that we go back to Smashville. Yeah, great stage for Zelda. I mean, fantastic venue for her to just get a lot of platform coverage. But the problem that ended up running into a lot was just that he wasn't able to maintain center stage. And Nijin got a whole lot of coverage by just standing in center stage and saying, hey, Inu would then stand at the edge of the stage, maybe try and throw a projectile, but Nigel would be right there to cover. It was always Lucina closer to KK Slider's stage than it was the Zelda.
Dash attack again, coming through.
Good timing right there. Even better there by Inu, though, to go, okay, if you're sitting at the ledge that long, you must be doing neutral get up to get up. I can't believe it didn't shield break.
Right, a little bit of charge on that, but full shield has some durability to it.
This is going to be, once again, the same kind of thing right there, right? Where Inu recognizes, once you're sitting on the ledge that long and I'm pulling out the Phantom, you have to commit to something that will give you instant invincibility. 46%? Excuse me?
Off of one little... Zelda's not known for her combo damage, but little setups at low percent, you can get some good stuff.
She may not be known for it, but she should be.
She got
Her early percent is actually, like, really solid gameplay.
Nair isn't always your best friend, but when it works, it's great.
Ooh, look at the
Dash
forward
attack.
smash again. That's what you were talking about the last time that we saw Inu. It's just, hey, sometimes that dash attack is just the best zone breaker that you got.
Right, like, that's the you're in my uncomfortable zone, just at the tip of my dash attack, just go away! It's a little shove.
Is that what we call stranger danger these days? You're in my... Oh my gosh! The platform cancel?
And even though you don't get that sweet spot on the spike, I firmly believe Zelda's Sour Spot spike is still like one of the best things ever to hit because he's set up for another opportunity, even if you don't get the connection.
Hey, can we also note that Inu already has Nijin down to 1 stock? I don't think I've seen Zeldas normally take minute stocks.
Well, Inu is cooking.
I couldn't cook my Uncle Ben's rice in the microwave in the time that he's been taking these stocks.
What chef can Inu be?
Uncle Ben.
It's Uncle Ben versus Gordon Ramsay. I'm gonna be honest. I'd put my money on Ramsay any day.
If only because we know what happens to Uncle Ben.
Oh no! If you ever forget, don't worry. They're gonna reboot it in a couple years.
Oh my gosh! This is what they don't show you. This is why they don't show you that in Spider-Man. This is what happens to Uncle Ben. He gets stabbed. Ooh, the cross up by using the upward angle. That's very smart.
Yeah, using that gets you a little extra push. Ooh, little movement to the center stage.
Yeah, kind of drifting around like that. I love to see it.
Just a little pivot before that nice upward angle up tilt, and jumps up, catches the jump from the ledge with the big explosion.
A big old fireball right out of the hand, and she says, "And you thought Lucina was cooking?"
Yeah, was not.
I got the heat. I can cook. Because as I've learned from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, if you can create fire, apparently that means you can cook.
You can cook. And
who knew?
It looks like Zelda's just getting prepped for Breath of the Wild 2, where it's everyone wants her to be a playable character. And if she is, she'd be able to cook.
But Breath of the Wild Zelda is not a fighter. She's more into books. That's what I was told.
Right. This is a Link Between Worlds Zelda.
Just play Genshin Impact.
I don't know what that is. That's the anime.
That's the anime Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I've been thinking about giving it a try because Breath of the Wild is still $60 for some reason.
Yeah,
and Genshin Impact is not. Yeah, I know.
It's a Nintendo game that I don't think will ever drop realistically because it's
the 4 horsemen of video game price apocalypse: Nintendo, Activision, and Nintendo and Activision again.
Does Pokemon count as Nintendo, or can it get its own category? Because I feel like those just go up.
That's Nintendo. I feel, but that's a collector thing. I feel like I don't know. That's just Activision saying nope. Modern Warfare 2 is still $40, even though it's like a decade old.
Yeah.
Hey, so Battlefield gear for Game 4, great pick to have available to you as Lucina. But no, again we see the harbinger of doom, the SD from Inu.
Man,
there's a great idea to mix up the movement and go to the platform, but you have to stop holding down to grab the ledge.
Right, unfortunately just didn't have the timing. And now percents are just about even. Gonna have to climb back from a bit of a deficit. But I've seen Inu play from worse. It is, however, potentially Inu's tournament game right now. Down
that scared me. I know that you can very finely control the distance of the Furor's Wind, but to do it that close to the ledge and to go towards the ledge like that makes me fear another SD.
There we go, already at 108%. Gonna use the Phantom to protect the ledge. Rolls behind.
Ooh, was looking for that movement in, but didn't want to commit to a big attack.
Again,
And that time, yeah, Nigel
double
catches the
down
roll.
tilt, roll back. It was after a triple that we saw the forward smash last game, but still dash back, same thing, punish that roll.
Nigel right there is just flexing on Inu. It says, hey, this is how you up B and then grab the ledge. This is how you up B and then fall onto the ledge. That, I mean, that just looked like he jumped off his head. Like, I'm not going to cap. That was cool. Zelda's honestly got some cool movement when she wants to have it.
Yeah. It is not easy. It's few and far between. I think that's why it's not as prevalent.
Your frames and your spacing must be precise.
Ooh, that lightning kick, even though it's strong, is actually really punishable when you use that shield. I would have loved to see it fair. Or something. Oh, yeah,
There we
just
go.
let the Phantom do the work.
Yeah.
Who said Zelda didn't have kill confirms off of her throws?
She didn't even throw him, though.
Grabs. Semantics.
The Z button.
Z.
The blue one on your GameCube controller.
What? Z is purple.
Purple, blue. It's like between the. It's indigo.
I'll give
That
it
is
an indigo.
That is an indigo if
an
I've ever
indigo.
seen one.
I'm
But it's
ready
certainly
to-
not violet.
Indigo.
Indigo to the
stock.
polls.
Indigo to the polls. Sure.
Oh,
yeah.
tech at the ledge. That was actually great DI by Inu though, because if you're not holding directly down, you're going off stage, and that gives Lucina her best position, which is ledge trap.
Inu is playing this beautifully though. After dropping a stock, holding on to this one to 172.
Up throw.
Up throw's gonna do it.
Not wasting any time. One pummel and gone.
One pummel. You still, even at that percent, have to risk those dash attacks because
I really thought that would blast zone and that would just make my day. But hey, like you were saying, Inu was down, had that very early SD, brought this back to even. We've seen this in almost every single game.
There we go. Rolled out of the situation there. Don't want to deal with any aerial hit my shield. Stuck on the plat. Shoot to the ledge. I love the movement that uses defensively. Oh!
Double parry, yes.
And
Thank you.
That is no auto parry. That is a parry from
Parry,
a player
no
with
auto.
cojones.
That's somebody who believes in their technical skill. Roll to the ledge, man. Nigel was ready.
Absolutely chasing down. Nijin really, really pressing an advantage right now. Continuing the juggle on the platforms. Inu pushed to the ledge, trying to cover the roll in. Inu doesn't give it to him.
And just once again, this ledge trapping game going to be tough to get around. Even with that Phantom, you're only going to buy yourself so much time. Nijin waiting for something.
rolls away.
He's waiting for the double defensive option.
Now, I want to know, we've seen Inu neutral get it from ledge twice in a row now. He's starting to mix up the defensive options. We see the down tilt on the shield, but I'm worried that Nijin might scope that up with a forward smash to the ledge if we see it again.
Oh, the rolls are so dangerous, but the sour spot. Inu won't get the stock just yet.
You're going to have to back up a little bit here.
And speaking of backing up, Nijin's certainly taking that advice to heart. The tech roll away could have been dangerous. Wanted to set up for down tilt, down smash. It was too close to the ledge, though, but the nair to cover the jump. We haven't seen that almost all game, covering the jumps. It was mostly just air to ground for Nijin, but finally able to get that air-to-air game to close it out.
Yeah, closing it out 3-1 in a tight game 4 that he didn't really drop that stock at the start of it. Almost brought it all the way back. Would have loved to see just the alternate reality in which we got a game 5.
Yeah.
But either way, Nijin definitely proved that it was an earned set along the way. Playing beautifully, as we can see in the replays coming up here.
Yeah. And we didn't get a game 5, but we did get a game 4, and that means we have plenty of moments to look back on and go over as we go to our instant replays here. I almost forgot the game was on PS2. Like that set took a minute, yeah. But look at that down air into the lightning kick. We were talking about the lightning kick just before that too, right? How dangerous of an option it is. It just so happens to close out the stock right there. I mean, it's very, very good, but Nijin's juggle game, I mean, again, the aerial game in general from Nijin, whenever it was available, always on point.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, wasn't able to go with the flow on this one. Schmicks themselves on the recovery. Oh, great tech.
Yeah, it was the
But,
great
yeah,
tech into
again-
the SD, but I mean, it just goes to show you that there were a lot of moments where Inu, like, had the right ideas, but was just not playing well under pressure.
I love the little tap.
Yeah. It's funny because, like,
Now,
you know, People don't respect the Zelda sauce, but Inu had most of like those really saucy moments.
Very much sauce. But you know what the real sauce? The real sauce.
Marinara.
I do agree. Marinara is probably the realest sauce.
The realest sauce out there.
Big fan of that sauce.
Although, you know, any Long Islander will tell you you want, you know, pesto with some kind of garlic or basil or something in it. Not just straight marinara.
Well, they can eat their own food.
That's true. That is true.
But I
I
wouldn't
missed
mind
down smash.
that-
I thought that the set was lost after missing that down smash.
That could have been an opportunity. Could have been a big opportunity. But picking it up real quick.
Real pick.
You drop the ball
He pickly quicked it up.
and used your foot to flick it back up like a hacky sack, continue the juggle.
Sure.
You know?
Yes. I'll give you that.
An incredible juggling feat. Literally. Get it?
I do. That's why I'm not saying anything. I'm just letting that one land.
Good.
just letting it stay out there.
Let a little air out a little bit. Thanks. So, I'm excited to see that. That means we're going to see Nijin moving up in the bracket, play against the winner of Sansco, who we saw playing that Bowser earlier in the bracket up against Lights, and Mate. Or is that R9?
That is RM8.
RM. Jeez, there's so... Remate.
Forgive me for making a weird face, but this is the only way that I can read anything because I have an astigmatism.
It really just looks like an M from here, but there is actually very clearly another letter. RM8 up against Sansco. That's going on right now. So we're waiting on the winner of that. Winner gets to play Nijin. Winner of that gets to play Lights.
Well,
Winner
we're not
of
waiting
that-
on that. That's about to start.
Oh, that's about to
That
start.
is what we are going to commentate. Yeah, we were
Well,
actually
in theory,
waiting.
We technically still are waiting on it, but we are also going to see it.
Waiting on it to occur.
Waiting on it to occur.
Yes. But I just wanted to make it clear that we are going to watch it. Now, RM8 went up against Goma Kenpi, who I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. And that stuff was very interesting because Goma Kenpi won game 1 with Olimar, lost game 2 with Olimar, then went Mario for 1 game and lost, and the last 2 were with Hero.
It was Mario on Yoshi's story, which doesn't...
I see.
It doesn't matter if you play Mario or not. If you get counterpicked to Yoshi's story, I'll go Mario.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, we're playing on another stage later anyway, so who cares?
Yeah. That's a good point.
And
Now,
then here comes
RM8 has been playing Ike.
Exclusively, from what I've seen.
In that last set was Ike all 5 games, despite the counter picks.
Yeah, and Ike, one of my favorite characters to watch.
Very entertaining.
Pretty high on my list of ones that are fun to play. With the changes, I want to see some dirty Nair up Bs killing at 80. Sauce.
I love to see the changes to Ike that were like very in line with the other characters, where it's like, well, we are mostly going to make the things that are already good even better.
Yeah.
But this is just getting changed. It was not nerfed.
Yeah.
But it was not buffed either.
Right.
Just
like,
changed.
Now I can Nair up B at 80 and kill people. But I can't Nair up air at 200%.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? Actually, you might be able to because you're up against Bowser here. Sansco is Bowser. Meanwhile, RM8 repping my preferred brand of attention deficit disorder medicine.
Oh, yeah.
No sponsored. No free sponsors, by the way. No free ads.
No free Adderall.
No free Adderall either. Hey, here we go. Right off the bat, we see that Sansco loves to just run in and say, "Okay, how do you react when a Bowser's in your face? I'd like to know."
Oh, tech it? Don't tech it.
No tech. I mean, that's first of
How are
all
you gonna be-
Wi-Fi. Second of all, hard to tech anyways
Yeah.
because of the amount. How many times do you get hit by the final hit of that upbeat anyways?
Yeah, I honestly, sometimes I feel like it's not worth attempting to tech for the amount of times I'd fall out and buffer Nair dodge. So,
It usually requires a reaction of some kind, but
Which-
that's difficult to do online.
yep. It's
Ooh,
not-
the jump over. That was very smart play right there by RM8.
It's the up throw. But again, the up throw is really not as good of a combo throw in this game. Maybe on Bowser specifically. Is down throw weight dependent? Down throw might be weight dependent.
All I know is that I can't believe that up B killed.
Well, I would have been shocked if it was last patch, but man, they gave Ike some... They didn't give him at all. They gave him steroids.
Oh
dead.
my gosh, more steroids incoming.
2 kills with Uppy.
If you think about it. So now to complete the trifecta of ways you can kill somebody with up B, he has to find a way to kill Sansko off the top with up B.
I don't think that'd be really impressive if Sansko could make that kill off the top.
That'd be crazy.
There to the fair dash attack to punish the attempted flame breath. Uppy? I want to see an Aether! Can we get an Aether?
It's kind of like the way that
What is Aether?
That is correct.
Thank you. I bet 700 points on that one.
They're called dollars. Ooh, up there! We're on Town and City, though, so that's definitely still living. Oh, big damage! Fire? You don't roll into Bowser.
You do not want to roll. Yeah, no, honestly, even though he's Ike, you could die right here or kill Ike here. You know, either one. Pick your poison.
Either way, man. I mean, how do you escape Ike's juggle when you're playing Bowser?
Cry.
I don't think that's really an escape.
If it's,
I think that it is. Now, Ryan, I think that it's a coping mechanism. I don't think it is a way to escape.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about offline tournaments again, where if you are next, I'm
right.
Bowser, you're Ike. If I cry hard enough, projectile tears will get on your hands and your controller. You'll be so slippery that you're gonna miss your juggle, and I'm gonna get back down.
Hey, man, check out how hard I can cry.
Yeah, that is a legitimate offline strategy. You Bowser players better learn to pick it up. Projectile tears are the new weapon.
Projectile
the ways.
Man, game 2. We're back on Town and City. Sansko was not at all. I think that this is just a thing for Sansko too. Is saying, all right, that game went by pretty quickly, and there was some weird stuff, and I don't really quite know how to process what exactly happened. I want to go back to the same page and pick up better, better adaptations. I think I also need to pick up some throat lozenges for Ryan, because it sounds like you're
Sansko
dying.
and my esophagus are on the same page when it comes to I don't really know what just happened. But I can't process it.
You're just like me when I'm in my apartment where I go, why is there water there?
Yeah.
Because that's now happened to me twice.
Oh Lord.
Ooh, the parry into the flying slam, quick and easy stock.
Oh, you'll love to see it.
If you are a fan of Sansko.
As an unbiased third-party individual, I
love to see it.
I just love to see the flying slam. I would love to see Ike flying slam Bowser if possible.
I think that we should simply give every character in this game flying slam.
I agree 100%. It would be a better game.
I especially want to see Jigglypuff do that.
I want Wolf to flying slam people.
I thought you were about to say I want Wolf to flying slam me, and I was like, I thought you said you weren't a furry.
That would be a red flag.
That's, by the way, that's what I was talking about right there.
Yeah.
Where our mate, I talked about this a while ago, but like where our mate was shielding that flame breath from like max distance, and he still took damage from it.
Yeah, a move is a shield destroyer.
Ooh, get up attack. Bowser has a very nice get up attack too, and
eating him out of the air.
And not the best DI either, so he's gonna go down to it. Ryan is popping off.
I mean, you gotta be spooked. He set him up on the platform. Our mate said, "Okay, I got up. I got my shield up. I'm safe."
One of the select few characters where you can not just shield on a platform and be fine.
Right. Command grabs are a hell of a
Oh,
job.
he rolled into the flame breath again! What a nice percentage lead for Sansko. Ooh, using the Nair to try and box out any empty approaches right there.
Great high quick draw to get around the fire, but in comes another. Low quick draw, barely manages to get around it.
And the maneuverability from RM8 has actually been very, very good.
You see how quickly he immediately turned around the world? Get that command grab, but RM8 rolled out of the way. In
Ow!
Drop kick back air. Bowser really just does have a couple of wrestling moves, huh?
Yeah. For real.
Knows how to throw his weight around.
I would not want to get into the ring with that man.
Absolutely not.
Not only is he larger than me,
I wouldn't want to get in the ring with Kirby. Throw me against a Bowser.
I think
yesterday.
To be fair, I think that Kirby is the #1 character you don't want to get into the ring with. Because not only will he beat you harder than everybody else, he will beat you with your own tricks.
He also
will disrespect you.
Is known to be good at suplexing.
That's true.
That is a skill.
Now
on his like if there was a D&D character of Kirby, you need to add suplexing to the list of things.
That's
he can
true.
do.
That's true. I will say there is one character I know for sure I would get into the ring with in this game.
Oh,
Squirtle. I would pick him up and I would throw him. And then I would win the match.
If there were rules designated for the fight, such as he cannot spray me with water gun at like hundreds of miles per hour flying out of his mouth,
he wouldn't get the chance. I would run up to him before he gets the chance. I would pick him up and then I would punt him like a football.
they'd say, go. I'm assuming there's a distance between you two. He goes,
And
"Bah!"
I would run at him and then I would kick him through the goalposts like I'm Nate Kading.
You have more faith in yourself than I do in myself against a Squirtle. I would not want to get in the ring against a Squirtle.
I would get into the ring against the Squirtle
I would get
immediately.
in the ring against a turtle. Like
Not
Bowser.
this turtle especially.
Like Bowser. who
We've
is
already
the
been over this.
the
This is
king
not a
of
turtle
turtles.
you want to get into the ring with.
King Koopa.
King Koopa.
Ooh, that Aether. Anti-air, air to air, ground to air. It's a move.
I don't know if it's ground air.
He goes to the air after he hits you on the ground.
I guess you're right.
It's the,
give him the Air Jordans. Why not? He has Ike has the first gag that I've ever known. The ground to air to ground.
ground to air to ground. Ooh, just a back hit of the up air swing.
Down air was a bit risky. We've seen a lot of that from Sansko, but most of the times I've seen that from him, it's been onto like a platform or something, right? Or to counter hit, but not just from a distance.
I really would like to see some down throws. I guarantee you it's because of my ignorance, and I feel like down throw, my best guess is a weight-based knockback throw that doesn't work as well against Bowser. An up throw is just still potentially setting up more even juggles. But I do love to see, when we're seeing it, I love the sound effect that up throw makes.
Yeah.
And honestly, I can respect a man who, even if it's not optimal, says, I like the sound effect of that throw, so I'm going to do it.
Nah, man, Sansko loves the sound effect of that parry right there. It's free stage control by using that flame breath to pressure RM8 into doing that low quick draw, which we've seen multiple times, and that Nair is still safe as ever. They got plenty of range, man.
Oh, the pivot grab! Shades of Smash 4 Bowser for a moment there.
Do I ever remember?
Regrettably.
Oh, the SDI out to stay alive.
That was incredible. Might run into that. Oh, no, he had to release early. Didn't want to take that damage.
Sansko's got some funky tricks.
Ooh, dash attack just gets to the tip, so no strong hit, not going to KO. Fire breath on the way
That's
down.
dead. He's alive. I didn't know Bowser had ups like that.
Oh, Bowser, his Whirling Fortress, it's not easy to do because the timing is not just straight mashing. You actually have to mash with the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a lot of distance he can get off of that.
That's dead for sure.
Quick draw. Or Aether finally coming through.
And he was quick on the draw with that
draw.
Aether, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, wow, he stopped before he could do damage, which is smart. Because in that case, if you do damage to him, he's going to get the chance to get the punish.
I love 0%. Nair to Aether. Follow up with the dash back with quick 44.
And now a juggle on Bowser.
Now is where he needs to pull off the projectile tear strats. Projectile tears coming through.
Oh, projectile tears are coming out of RM8 right now.
After the fire, you need to extinguish him with something.
There is water all over his controller.
Man, you need the Squirtle in the ring. If you play against either of these two, water guns are coming.
Oh, he tried to do it again with the push.
Tried to do it again, but fortunately for RM8, did not come to the same fruition.
Ooh, back air warring. But the sword has the larger distance. I love these recovery mix-ups from Sansko, though. That's so nice.
Oh!
Ooh, no crying needed. He was ready to face the actions, the consequences of his actions, and now RM8 will do the same, as he will have to go into Game 4 down 2-1.
That big down smash to punish that Aether. Aether is a much buffed move in the combo department, but it is still just as risky out of shield and God forbid anywhere else.
Plenty of end lag.
Two situations that I want to see it, and like almost no other situations other than recovery.
Other than recovery, sometimes I don't even want to see it as recovery.
Yeah,
You saw that get taken apart for the second stock.
Yeah. But forget about neutral.
Forget about neutral. Give me a punish game.
Neutral?
Give me
Forget
an
about
I.
it.
Give me a K. Give me an E.
We
Those
like
are the three
I-
letters you should say if you want RM8 to win. Otherwise, give me a BOSER. No W. I don't want to hear Bowser. I want to hear Bowser.
Oh, sir.
I'll keep it 100 with you.
Okay. Omitting a couple of letters, but you know
Wow.
what?
I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you,
What?
but I want to interrupt you because that forward air. Like you said, I almost never even want to see Aether on recovery either.
That
I almost never want to see it there, Aether.
the drop kick is always coming, brother. You know.
Brother, if you step into Final Destination with me, and you want to try and use the recovery, you know the drop kick's coming.
100%.
Oh, he just said the drop kick's coming.
He's bringing the fire. He's bringing the flames. He's bringing the flying slams, and you believe, brother, the drop kick to come.
Ooh, fading in with that nair though, not safe. We've seen a lot of that from Sansko, just trying to go max range with those nairs. Oh my god, sometimes I can't process what he's doing because I'm like, okay,
Too
like
fast.
he just got a counter hit. Oh, it did 25%. Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he is dead.
Oh, he has died.
It has already occurred. The air dodge to get the punish. Sansko is so smart.
He's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
He's dead. And he's got a full stock lead. Sansko now 1 stock away from moving up to the losers semis round against Nijin.
Oh, and here comes the fire again. Look at all the damage. He gets the
Oh,
drop kick
yeah.
again.
Here it comes, brother. Look. I am
No, keep going. Keep going,
unordinarily.
please.
It is unreasonable how much I enjoy seeing the wrestling moves out of Bowser as somebody who did not grow up watching wrestling.
Yeah.
But
In
Lord, I love give any character a flying slam and give any character a drop kick, and it is my favorite thing to watch any day of the week.
Yeah. Bowser's
Look.
quite the entertaining man.
Play Soul Calibur 2, play Soul Calibur whatever. Soul Calibur is great. I'm a big fan of Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 6 is a great name.
This is a great non sequitur.
But you pick a character like Nightmare who has a gigantic broadsword, and he decides, I'm just gonna drop kick you. And that's the coolest thing ever! He's a knight with a demonic hand from another plane
that takes your souls,
steals your soul!
and yet he is not above a drop kick.
Gigantic broadsword, two-handed, great blade! And he decides, I am going to jump and kick you with both of my feet, and we will both be grounded after this encounter. Because that's
It's like the
what I wanna
anti
do.
Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I could use my sword, but instead,
I will kick you with both of my legs, full force. The drop kick is one of the coolest moves in any game ever. In any scenario ever.
drop kicks are very cool until you see somebody do them in real life, and then you're like, that dude just fell over. It's like, oh,
Right.
it's great. It's great that you hit that guy, but now you're on the floor.
Now you're on the floor.
They are very funny to watch, even when successful. You see somebody run up and drop kick somebody, and you're like, well, that was just funny. A man came flying in at a 90-degree angle.
No matter what, it's always, maybe not the coolest 100% of the time, but it's always entertaining.
Yeah.
Always
Definitely
the
always
top tier entertainment.
Can't
That's
beat a
what I
drop
like.
kick.
That's why I play video games. That's why I watch video games.
Specifically for the drop kicks.
Well, if I was going to say for entertainment, but drop kicks are probably close to the top of my list on that, honestly.
As a subsection of entertainment,
It's drop kicks.
drop kicks is like maybe number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, flying slams are also up there. Top 5
Top 5-ish. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
for me, personally. Just any picking up and throwing back down, seismic tossing, it's a good time.
Ryan's favorite movie moment is in the Avengers when the Hulk picks up Loki.
I love that moment. Speaking of moments in which the Hulk picks up Loki, I was recently featured in a Dungeons and Dragons campaign
Oh yeah, that's right.
in which Marvel characters fought against Thanos, and Hulk was involved, and he did some picking up of things. Not necessarily Loki, but there was a huge boulder. So I think that was pretty cool.
Did he throw it into the ground multiple times and then say funny things?
Mostly just literally slammed giant boulder on top of Thanos.
Well, that seems like regular Hulk stuff.
Yeah, regular Hulk stuff. There was plenty of good stuff. There was a moment in which Hulk could not get close enough to punch, so used his action to point angrily. Next turn. And then Thanos had already used his reaction, so he could not use a reaction to react to the pointing.
That is pretty funny.
It's a good time. Good times. Check out at TLOC the Barbarian on YouTube to find more Dungeons and Dragons content, and also
this guy.
me in very, very infrequently, like in that one shot that was fun.
Yeah,
very recent.
Speaking of one shot, we might see a character get one shot if we have learned anything from watching Sansco play Bowser.
I want to see some drop kicks and flying slams. That's what I'm about. But Nijin was playing pretty clean smooth. He was embodying all of the Gordons in his previous match.
No, we're not going back to that. That bit's done. We're gonna go somewhere else this time.
It's here and gone. But Mans is always on.
That sounds like a fantasy city name. We've got to go to the land of here and gone.
My attention span when watching him.
Oh, hey! Flying Slam! Awesome!
Woo!
So this is honestly, I feel like a difficult matchup for Lucina. I think that there are a lot of times when you want to go to the air, try and open up Bowser, because even with the down tilt, you're only kind of contesting the same range that he can cover, although he's not disjointed the way that Lucina is. Another Flying Slam right at the ledge with some damage. I think that it's just a lot harder for Lucina to open up, right? Open up the Bowser and start doing some damage, whereas for Sansco, he can chase you into the corner of the screen, hit you one time, and you're dead.
Look, we're seeing big, heavy hits and some mobility, but only on the ground, right? Bowser's not going to be maneuvering in the air the same way the Nijin is.
He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to. His forwarder does all that for him.
It's true. That forward air coming may as well be a sword.
Yeah.
Got some claws.
Pretty much is.
Down throw, big 17%.
Good air drift right there. Nijin was definitely in trouble showing his hand very early, trying to go to that platform. And I think he recognized the moment that he saw Sansco run under it, that he really needed to go back to the ledge and not give him any free punishes. Ooh, another Flying Slam. Should live that center stage.
Fire Breath. Punish.
Just to keep away the shield breaker. Love to see it. Oh, you're getting hit. Sorry.
Damage.
Sorry, you're getting hit by that.
Rolled out after a little bit of glazing. Looking like a Krispy Kreme donut. Got a forward throw. That's not going to kill yet. Not from that far out, but get some extra position. And an opportunity. Woo!
I think he went for the turnaround up tilt.
Yeah.
The weight on the recovery, and he steals away a stock by waiting for the counter. Sansco.
Yeah, making it happen. I mean, wasn't quite able to make it all the way back, but honestly, I'll take that stock trade at, what, 160-something%?
40 whole percent, and then he stood there going, you don't want to run into it anymore? that went from eating a habanero to eating like a Whataburger spicy ketchup packet.
That went from Fire Breath to Agumon's Pepper Breath. Just a little bit.
Shout out to Digimon.
Big fan. Agumon for Smash. I want to see
You know what? Sure.
I want to see it.
You know what? Sure. Why not? His gimmick will be Digivolving. Oh, the turnaround.
You are not safe from more Greymon.
You know what I just realized?
Oh, the bait!
I just realized that Sansco is a god.
Front.
Is actually what I just realized.
Being able to force him off the stage, dash up to the classic bait. Dash up to where the neutral get-up is, dash back to where the roll get-up is.
Bait out the roll.
And go for that big smash attack with the timing.
And that just goes to show you how much pressure Bowser puts on. And I think it also definitely shows a little bit of what we saw back when we saw Nijin on stream last time up against Inu, was that I think that when Nijin kind of gets put into a corner, it's not like the rock steady mindset that you expect out of a Lucina player. There is a little bit of desperation in the play once Nijin gets behind.
Could we see a character switch?
I think that we will. Because Nijin, first of all, again, I think that Lucina is not bad. Probably an even matchup with Bowser if I'm being realistic, but I'd like to think that in an imperfect world, which is the one that we live in.
That is the one we live in.
I think that Bowser wins that matchup more often than not.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
However, I don't think that Fox is the choice, but we're going to see it anyways.
Fox is the struggle pick. Fox is a character, winning advantage against Bowser is pretty good, but you don't get that for the first 40%.
Feast or famine, man.
Right? Like, most of your starts in the matchup are jump-ins, which is terrifying to do against Bowser. You land an air and you start jabbing, and that man tough guys through it.
But you can see right now, Nigel at the very start is, I'm going to run away and shoot some lasers until I can get you to the point where my multi-hits can connect.
I do love to see, though, that based on just the first 15 seconds, I already know that Nigel isn't going in without a plan. He's played this matchup before. That's probably why he started with the Lucina, right? Because he knows what he's getting into. But he decided maybe he's more comfortable with this. He's going to go the hit-and-run route. I'll take my hit. I'll run away until I get you to around this percent where I can actually get a conversion off my hit and neutral. Actually start those juggles. And then Bowser doesn't have the speed to compete with the Fox.
I know, Fox is one of those characters that can actually really pressure the range that Bowser can control. Just by movement. You don't even have to commit to any moves to do so. You can just kind of leverage that speed as a way to make your opponent pick something before you do.
Oh, but that is one of the reasons why you don't love it in this matchup. Is Fox is so light. It takes one mistake at a 80%. I think that was 80% post hit, and it's over. That barely killed with no rage.
Yeah, just to be clear.
Like, that looked like it could have been. I would have been not surprised if Bowser survived.
No, you dropkick.
Dropkick would have killed.
I mean, dropkick would have killed if the percent were reversed.
Yeah,
I fully believe.
Yeah, Fox is Fox the lightest? Fox is one of the latest, top 3 lightest characters. In the
Top
game?
5.
Top 5.
Because I know that the top 3 are
Game
Pichu,
and Watch,
Squirtle, Puff, Game & Watch as well.
Pichu, Squirtle, yeah, that's the top 5. Bottom 5.
I love Squirtle.
Squirtle's great. One of my favorite.
Ooh, that
colors.
roll. I like that we see that Nijin is respecting the down air from Sansko when he goes up to follow up with an up air, because we've seen a lot of down air from Sansko.
I love to see that Sansko is respecting the data from Nijin and going for that Whirling Fortress as a punish. Don't worry.
Woo! Like I said, respect the down air. Stayed on ledge just a little bit too long because you're afraid of that neutral B.
Whirling, flying slam out of shield, gonna punish the down tilt. Gonna be able to recover.
Oh, he waited. He waited until the moment where he knew Nigel was going to commit to something, and leveraged that invincible get-up attack. Not great DI on that up smash, though.
Yeah, and that downer, as long as you don't connect on Nijin, ill-advised against Fox in general kill percents, because he can run across half the stage and punish you with it.
Up throw right there, and you have running underneath the platform to give him a little bit more time to assume, okay, if he tries to land with an aerial, downer is the only one that he can go for that'll actually hit me.
Drifting into Sansko there at a disadvantage for Nijin was
sure.
just horrifying.
Yeah. All the forward air pressure.
Ooh, great
no chip.
angle. Hello?
Oh my gosh!
What is the man to do? He had to hit a parry. I don't even know if it was possible to hit a parry in that situation, but he had to hit a parry. Because he dropped shield there, and he died. If he doesn't drop shield there, his shield is broken, and that is one extra step before he died.
Yeah. That's, I mean, the thing that scared me most was not the fact that there was the Bowser Bomb there. I've seen people escape that plenty of times. It was the fact that he stood there going... And then he jumped up and Bowser Bombed him. He waited until he was like, this will either shield poke or break his shield.
Yeah. One of the two.
One of the two.
Either one is a free dub.
W.
And that, I wouldn't hate seeing the Fox again, because I feel like it was run and shown until it dropped that first stock, and then that's just the way the matchup goes sometimes. But he has a clear game plan in the matchup. It's not like I'm Fox and I hate this matchup because I don't know how to play it. It's just sometimes it's annoying, right?
Yeah.
But you see a clear game plan that, if executed properly, could maybe reverse this. Maybe reverse 3-0. But right now, Sansko's in the driver's seat, and we need to see some adjustments from Nijin.
I think that definitely Pokemon Stadium 2 is a scary place to be, just because Bowser is a heavy character, right?
Yeah.
And because Pokemon Stadium 2's side blast zones are so close, that's where Bowser gets a lot of those kills, right? So close to the ledge, anyways. And we're going to go back. And that only scares me because of the fact that we have seen some relatively early kills from Sansko, and Nijin hasn't been taking advantage of that. Both of his kills were off the top of Pokemon Stadium 2. And we've been seeing a lot of play near those ledges. Ooh, big damage.
Yeah, it's almost put him in kill percent. Ooh, light and air into the down tilt off of the cancel from getting his...
Oh my god! The raw Bowser Bomb!
I thought that the Gordons were were with Nigen's side, but we were wrong.
What did I say about bringing back a Gordon
Sansko is wrong!
Are you trying to make me angry with you?
Every day of my life.
Okay, well, it's working. So you can stop trying now.
Sansko knows when to pull out the big moves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not every time.
Ooh, going for the anti-airs a lot right now. Right now he's having a lot of trouble just landing a hit, and I think he's realizing that, okay, Nigen's not really going to come anywhere near me unless he sees an opening for himself. And I think that what Sansko is trying to figure out right now is a way to bait Nigen into thinking he has an opening, so that, just like that right there, he can create it with the very non-committal move, went right into shield, and then had the up tilt out of shield waiting.
Now, Whirling Fortress doesn't have to...
Oh, don't roll into Bowser! How many times do I have to say it?
Yeah, if only they could hear you.
Yeah.
Theoretically,
Theoretically, this is the venue where they could.
But you don't want to roll into that man, especially when he's about to start charging that flame breath.
There you go, that neutral air into up smash again. Nigen, lots of kills off the top.
There you go, sitting at 78. That is not healthy for the Fox. Yeah, look.
I mean, that's
just one
easily into kill percents against this character. Oh, you can't do that!
Barely traded with what it looks like maybe it was a grab.
I think it was a flying slam.
Maybe, yeah.
I was stuck in the corner. And that's the one thing that is very scary about running away with those lasers, is that you put yourself in the corner for a Bowser that has plenty of easy kill potential, like I said, on this stage when you're at the ledge.
Go for up throw. Just run around under. Trying to bait out a down air there, but doesn't quite find one. That should be punished. Up smash. Not going to kill yet.
And probably go forward smash right there if you have the frames. I assume if you can turn around up smash, you have the frames to forward. But nevertheless, sets up for a good juggle in the long run. Does get that kill off the top, which is where Nigen has been finding those kills. But Sansko firing right back as he does.
I love that. Double up air. Just back up. You know that down air is coming. You don't have anything to follow up here. Ooh, and the up tilts are able to make it through.
Oh, are you playing Smash 4?
Yeah, you don't have Tough Guy in the air. Just on the ground.
Only on the ground.
And you don't have the frames to combat that move as Bowser in the air.
And Nigen's still content to sit back and shoot lasers right now, because he knows that every percent counts right now.
Gonna get that grab. Knows the up smash isn't gonna kill, so he takes that extra percent off the back throw. Keep him low to the ground. Oh, try to catch the landing because...
Oh my god, Sansko is swinging. I don't know if up smash is the one to swing with, because it certainly won't kill just yet. Fade in with the nair. I'm amazed that Sansko is still fading in, though, because that's exactly, in this situation, what you're looking for as a Fox player. Is for somebody to fade into you for free. He's still alive.
Right, but that was a big grab.
Although, honestly, Nigen... Now I got the lame duck hitbox. Nigen's CI on those flying slams has not been good. Another one could do it.
And just trying to spam those back airs, but it doesn't have a quick...
Flying slam right now! He actually goes for the Bowser bomb, and it doesn't kill!
Oh, has to recover low. That's the down tilt to punish.
Wow.
You can time that every day of the week.
And that's so unfortunate for Nigen. He had the right idea to get that early recovery with the Fox solution, but barely missed the ledge, and that ended up being his undoing. That's so unfortunate, because he had control of that game.
Definitely, he was bringing it all back. There was moments where you could see on Bowser versus a heavy, this is where it could slip. But it wasn't until the end that it all fell apart. He really did go in with that game plan in the second game, or then that third game, and tighten it up a lot from where he started in the second game. But Sansko, much like Bowser, he's a whirling fortress.
Yeah.
Hard to crack.
And he's swinging, too. He's hard to take down. And, yeah, I mean, we'll take a look. Again, this is one of the few 3-0s that we have seen tonight. Kind of a terrifying concept this late into bracket, but just goes to show, you know, the kind of things that Sansko has been capable of tonight and what Bowser has been doing all night. And that right there, that up smash, again, just the intelligence from Sansko as well. This isn't just going, oh, Bowser has cheese, Bowser kills early, and I'm going to take advantage of that. There was a lot of very smart play coming out from Sansko, and even though Nigen had some good adaptations, unfortunately, like you said, this matchup is just way too scary as a Fox.
Yeah, it's very... you have to... Look, Fox, in my opinion, has all of the tools to play the advantage and just keep push. But it is so much easier for him to make one mistake that drops him so much farther in the matchup. It's hard to keep up.
We saw that unfortunate bad hitbox of that backer, the one that makes you go, like, it's almost to the point where we see that and we kind of know intuitively when it hits, we go, that's not going to be the kill one, yeah.
No matter how much Sakurai wants to make you believe, the kill screen from center state, look, anyone who's played Fox for a modicum of a minute,
you
hit that back air and you're like, oh, that really doesn't do as much as I would have hoped.
Yeah. Wish that had the knockback that I subscribed to it doing.
I paid $5.99 for this. It's a subscription.
Subscription.
I paid for these boots. It didn't work out, though. Didn't work out for the Fox.
Yeah. So, hey, I mean, Nijin, 4th place still tonight.
Very good.
That's pretty good considering that we did see some great players. But the best are still yet to come. Of course, Cloudy is sitting in grand finals, having a dominant run through this tournament thus far. Sansko is now getting the run back against Lights, who won 3-1 in that winner's set. And the big problem that we saw in that winner's set is that Sansko had to take time to make adaptations against Lights. And now we're getting a second set.
Right. I'm really excited about this one because we saw the second game and the first game both took place on Pokemon Stadium 2 because the first game was way too fast. Second game, we figured out what we needed to change. And third game, we actually changed it, right? Third game, we got to go to a great counter pick in Smashville. And Sansko was able to take that game, move on to the next situation where Lights counterpicked Yoshi's. And in that situation, we saw it was last hit, if I remember correctly. And that's a stage that I feel like can go really to either character at that point. If we see that go to a game 5, who knows where the last game is going to happen? Maybe on Town? I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Town would be great.
Town would be great
for Sansko.
For either of them, I think. Honestly.
I feel like we saw most, if I remember right, a lot of the kills from Lights happening off the top, if I remember. And I feel like, especially just with how much we saw Sansko levering that forward air in particular in that matchup, it's a great move for Bowser, but that's just one of the best ways to actually lock down ZSS's zone as Bowser. That's going to be a big tool if he ever gets to go to TNC.
Right. I just want to see Game 1 PS2, Game 2 different stage.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the run back to PS2 again. I want to see Sansko...
Unless he wins.
Yeah, if Sansko wins and Lights wants to run back to PS2, be my guess.
Yeah.
But I want to see leveraging of those counter picks and the quick adaptations. Because as the ball got rolling in that first set, I really thought it could have anybody's game. But Lights was the one who was able to adjust a little bit quicker.
I feel like weirdly, even though Lights was the one who won the last set against them, and pretty convincingly, mind you, I still feel like Lights is the one with more pressure on him right now and is more on the back foot because Sansko doesn't have the expectations and he does not have the mindset of having to maintain something,
right?
And he has nothing to lose, basically, right? Whereas Lights comes in here and says, I had something that was working and I have to think about how to continue to make that work. And Bigley, as somebody who won that first set as convincingly as he did, you're under a lot of pressure to win that game 1 because if you start giving that person momentum right off the bat, they're going to roll with that really hard, and it's going to be hard for you to climb out of the mindset of how did I give him game 1, and how do I get out of this hole and bring this set back into my favor, because I won last time. Why is this happening to me?
They're coming from two totally different places as when they started. They started both making it to winner's side top 8, both probably feeling fresh, right? But now, Light's coming off of being, what looks like being
handled.
3-0'd by Cloudy. Got smacked, right?
Yeah.
And some of those games were close, but there were times where Cloudy just ran up and forward smashed him, okay?
Yeah.
It happened. And there's also a situation where it's Sansko, after he dropped, pretty cleanly took out RM8, pretty cleanly took out Nijin. He's kind of on a tear, on a momentum swing of his own.
Yeah.
So,
and this is what I'm saying is that Lights,
Sansko on the upswing.
Lights from a momentum and from a mental standpoint is truly the one on the back foot.
Yeah.
That is the problem, is that when you are the first to climb to the top, it hurts that much more when somebody is able to overtake you and knock you down.
Yeah. So, going into this set, we're going to see who's going to be able to take who down, who's going to topple who. And, you know, I'm going to be honest. Zero Suit does not have any flying slam or drop kicks. So
you're saying that you have one person that you're going to be biased towards.
I have no biases. I just feel bad for the other player who doesn't have access to such tools.
I wish that you could be here.
Yeah. I would love to see a Zero Suit Samus with a flying slam and a drop kick.
I'm sure you would.
Not for balancing reasons, but just for my entertainment.
Maybe you should just be like playing dive kick plus flying slam.
Dive kick plus flying slam sounds like my favorite game. Add a block button and a flying slam button.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, either way, so FD here for game one, which is, I think that this is a good change, especially for Sansko, who has been playing very well again on that air-to-air game, and now he doesn't have to worry about platforms interfering. And the moment that Lights makes a misstep, Bowser's gonna kill you. You're Zero Suit Samus. You're super light.
This is gonna sound weird, but from experimenting with CSS early at the start of the game and watching a lot of Mars, I really do think that FD is one of Zero Suit's best stages, if not up there with her best stage.
Whoa! He just
despite her being known as such a platform-oriented character, but against a character like Bowser, I really do feel like this is, like you're saying, a great pick for Sansko's side. I would prefer this to PS2 if I'm the Bowser. I really think that he covers the ground game pretty well. Kind of locks off some of the platform advantage that Zero Suit gets, because even if she likes this stage, she definitely works on platforms a little bit better than Bowser.
Well, and she doesn't get as many opportunities to mix up her aerial movement as she would in other stages. Now, in the context of FD, again, you don't have to worry about that aerial movement as much, because you're going to catch those mistakes on the ground so much more cleanly, as we see from Sansko. But a couple of those mistakes went unpunished. Oh, jab reset.
I'm going to be honest. I love to see the taunt out of Lights, not because I like to see Lights taunting there, but because I love to see him getting absolutely crushed after taunting being 2 stocks down. Gassed up a little bit.
Oh, no.
But maybe it's all coming back. I'm a man who enjoys the concept of karma being a visual, visceral thing.
And again, no bias.
Yeah, no bias.
No bias whatsoever. It's just, you know, we all feel the exact same way about people who teabag. I think that's a universal construct. And it just takes one forwarder from Sansko here to finish this off, but who needs it? This is the same way that he got that first dub in the winner's set. Lights thought that he'd be fancy by coming off the ledge with an aerial, and that he would challenge that way too close ledge trapping and maybe even get a combo off of it, but instead, there was an armored up smash.
Smash has armor. All the bad Smash decks have armor. But up smash is the one that goes up.
Yep. And that is the one that hits very low without immediately killing you if you miss it.
Yeah. So, we saw a lot of hot play from Sansko. Lights kind of answered a little bit, but I think most of it felt like it was in Sansko's control.
Here's the thing. Yeah, I don't think that Lights really was I feel like Lights was given the answer to question number 2 on the test.
Right.
There was the SD from Sansko that Lights decided, I'm going to teabag that. And to be fair, perfectly viable right there, because you're trying to tilt your opponent, right? And like we're saying, this is a situation where this game is going to be defined by mental state and momentum. And you're trying to take as much of that back in that situation. But once you do that, there's no going back. You have to win that game, or else Sansko's going to go into the next game going, this guy's such a clown.
Yeah, absolutely deflated.
Yeah.
Right? So now the question is not whether or not Sansko can hold the strength and mental. Now the question is, can Lights make the adjustment after being clowned upon?
Yeah, this is what Lights has to take into this next set, or into this next game, rather, which is to say, okay, like the trying to bull rush head on, try and take that momentum back, didn't work, and it's time to go back to the fundies, back to the basics that were winning you that first set. We didn't see a whole lot of crazy sauce and weird tactics to try and win the set. It was simply Zero Suit Samus wins this matchup against Bowser. Yeah. And that is what I'm going to play. And that is what we need to see a lot more of from Lights if he wants to win this set. But again, going to be hard to do that when you are down on the momentum like this. Against a character like Bowser, like I said, you're going to get hit by that. You're taking damage. I'm sorry.
And honestly, I don't hate Lilat or Sandsco. Still, great stage for Zero Suit Samus, right?
That's a fantastic stage for Zero Suit, yeah.
Ever-present platform, small stage. She can't escape, but she can get away from you pretty well. But the fact that the stage is so small and the close side blast zones, I think means Sandsco can navigate it pretty cleanly.
Mm-hmm.
Every jump read, every escape option covered is bigger for Bowser here.
Mm-hmm. However, that being said, there are a lot more options to cover here on Lilat because of the fact that Zero Suit has so many places where she can mix up those recoveries and that movement. Mm-hmm. But again, the problem that we're facing right now for Lights is how are we closing out that stock against Bowser? That second stock in that last game was a freebie. We didn't get to see how Lights wants to finish off that stock.
True.
And we go anti or the up smash, but not getting a solid hit.
Man, just the cover of the plasma whip, you can get a little bit of distance there. Woo. It'll trade in Sandsco's favor for sure. I love the way that he handled that invincibility. He was just backing up, I'll take the ledge.
Not too bad. I mean, Lights had an answer, but either way, still not having an answer for the stock. Bowser is still a heavy boy, and Zero Suit Samus has plenty of moves that kill, but raw kill power, not where she is. So eventually able to wear down that first stock, and now Lights, able to get this back to even. I want to see a big combo from him because we haven't seen a whole lot of that against the big body. We haven't seen opportunities for it.
Right, we saw that at the start of the first set, but now we're just seeing a bread and butter or two. This is an opportunity. Doesn't quite punish the air dodge there. He had the option with the kick, but...
Oh, again! Double up smash!
He double dipped.
Dude, Sandsco is sitting here saying, bro, show me some respect.
Sandsco, he dipped the chip, he took a bite, and then he dipped again.
Woo! Still alive, and dipping low with that fastball was the only reason that he was able to get around that second back air. However, Lights not one to drop his ledge guards easily.
No, still showing his mastery of the offstage game. We saw that in the first set with his deep low fair to take the first game.
Ooh. And the movement was nice there from Lights, but again, the up smash demolishing Lights' apparent inability to respect the fact that Bowser's anti-air game is amazing.
Definitely. Look at this. Air to air as well. Drop kick.
This is what you're talking about, right? Is that on a stage like Lilat, yeah, Zero Suit Samus is going to be able to, run around and jump to all these different platforms. But if you rely on it so much, Sandsco playing Bowser is going to hit you so hard for making a single mistake.
Right. Like you said, there's a lot of options for mixing up where you're trying to escape to, but it's so short that you can still cover those options if you hard commit to one. So if Sandsco reads any of those escape options, it's that much more important on this stage. You get bigger rewards. Now Sandsco's up 2-0.
2-0. By virtue of, again, just seeing that Lights is not really super focusing on the punish game, really focusing on trying to get tricky and neutral, trying to find ways to not get hit by Bowser, right? But the problem is that when you try and run away as Zero Suit, oftentimes you take to the air. Yep. And we've just seen this S-tier anti-air game from Sandsco all night. Yeah. And it's no different here against Zero Suit.
Anti-airs, air-to-airs sometimes, and reading Lights' options to escape with the flip jump is one of the more important things as well, is already positioning yourself in a situation to cover that landing. Because otherwise that move is a nightmare to deal with.
Yeah. But, I mean, we haven't seen Sandsco get buried, I think, once in this set yet.
Not this set.
Big change here from Lights going to the Bayonetta of all characters. To really try and get... And honestly, I think that any change of approach from Lights here, especially in character, is going to be good for him. Specifically... I laugh only as somebody who... I laugh only as somebody who has seen these things thousands of times in my own region of Dallas-Fort Worth in Texas.
This is unfortunate. I am looking for a challenge.
Dude,
you found it.
I'm looking for a challenge. First of all, get over the challenge of handling your controller.
Right.
And then Go talk to SMASHCADE. Oh my goodness.
Oh my lord.
Oh man. But hey, you know what? Again, Bayonetta.
Oh.
Lights, you gotta give me a chance to gas you up. You've gotta give me 5 seconds to say why you can win this game.
Sure, I mean, we saw what happened in the first set. It could happen.
It can absolutely happen. It can happen 3-1.
At any moment. He can turn it up and hit these combos.
Turn on the jets, man. He showed us that he has the ability to play around Bowser, but honestly, I think that the moment he went to Bayonetta, he had something in his mind that said, I am not fully focused right now. Okay, there's going to be the up smash.
Yeah, that'll do. Now you got 2 stocks to run through. It is on Yoshi.
Mm-hmm.
We can see some early side conversions.
Oh, and this could be the start of it. Oh, wow. I think that actually the slant helped out a little bit. You're still alive.
Barely.
Plenty of DI.
That's not going to convert into a kill. Not without some reads on disadvantage there.
No. Kind of thing that we'd expect to see from, like, Lima, perhaps.
But after expending those resources, you really got to hope they mess up.
You gotta be very confident in your resource usage in Bayonetta to get the most out of her combo potential.
And speaking of, Stansko's done a great job of getting out of some of these situations that would... Oh, otherwise...
Wow, perfect recovery, though. He waited for the uncrossed up. He's definitely alive. Wow, yeah, good DI.
Great job. I thought he was going straight to the middle platform.
Oh, too early there. Ends up working out, though. Get the back air to get the kill, and hey, Lights still in this.
Definitely still in this. We saw 2 stocks drop to SDs.
Lights has given himself plenty of opportunity to get gassed up on the game right now. On the platform, time has run out. SMASHCADE, quick 3-0 over Lights. Very different story than what we saw in Winter Semis. And this is what I was saying. I felt like the way that SMASHCADE played at the end of that winter set, and the fact that Lights really needed to win that game 1 to get any kind of momentum in this set, I felt like that was SMASHCADE's set to lose, and he did not lose it. Mentality
and momentum was definitely just ever present in that set of why we saw SMASHCADE being able to run so quick to the finish line, and why we saw Lights kind of stumble towards the end of it.
Well, I mean, Lights went towards the finish line very quickly. It was just the wrong finish line.
Yeah, and he was
running
his own feet, was rolling down to the finish line.
He was running the 26K for the marathon, and then he got to the finish line for the 5K, and he was like, "What do you mean this is the finish line for the 5K?"
So we're going into the replays. We're going to see a little bit of that. Here comes the flying slam.
Here comes the pizza.
Gotta love that move. Into the look. All I'm saying is, if you ever need some like video evidence of karma, look at this game.
Yeah.
This set, the way that Lights treats SMASHCADE as a player.
Yeah. Like, see the taunts
and the way that
teabags,
SMASHCADE responds.
and then we immediately cut to what you will see now.
Funniest thing.
To what you will see now, which is mistakes.
Uh-oh.
That's honestly one of the reasons why you don't see Bayonetta players going to Yoshi's, though. Yeah. Is that one of the big advantages to Bayonetta is how deep you can go, the amount of offstage that you can handle.
True.
And you don't get any of that on Yoshi's Island, especially if you make a mistake, like you saw, you're dead.
Yeah.
There's no way for you to come back.
There's a very, very high bottom blast zone.
Yeah. So, Bayonetta did not end up working out right there.
We do now get to see, though, a matchup that could have happened if the first set went a little bit differently, but one that we've yet to get to see now so far is Cloudy versus SMASHCADE.
Yeah. This one's going to be, get excited. This one's going to be fun.
Yeah. We saw the archetype now being handled of that hit and run kitey character in the Zero Suit as Bowser. And we talked about it in their winter set, Lights and Cloudy, how they do have a lot of similarities in their archetype as characters. At least the way that I see it. I'm not definitive statement of what is and what isn't the way the character needs to be played, but I feel like they're both very kitey in the way they move. They use their movement to try to bait out your options, and then they slide in with these little hits. Dash back and out. We saw how well Bowser was able to handle that. Sansko was able to handle that with Bowser. Against Zero Suit, I feel like Zero Suit is a harder matchup for Bowser than Joker. I could be wrong. That's my
in some ways. I think that as Bowser, you definitely mitigate Arsene in some ways, but I think that Joker's neutral is a lot more intuitive against Bowser. Maybe. Just in the fact that your, like, how do I say this? Your aerials can challenge him from a trajectory standpoint.
Yeah, that's
a lot better than Zero Suits can.
That's fair. And you also have access to the side special that is more prevalent as a neutral tool than maybe like a Paralyzer would be. Paralyzer, I'm a firm believer, Paralyzer does not belong in neutral. It is not a neutral tool. It is a free jump in and hit me tool.
So I want to talk about Sansko a little bit. We talked about some of the results that Cloudy has had before. I wanted to go look up Sansko, who's first of all on SmashData.gg has 3,373 logged games as Bowser in tournaments. Not sets, but games. Insane. Set count is 1,111 and 404. Look at how many sets Sansko has played. Now, I wanted to bring up some matchups that I thought were interesting. Had a Wi-Fi victory over Toast. Bowser against Young Link. That's crazy.
That's a difficult matchup.
Yeah, difficult matchup. Had a very close set against Versed Ace at a tournament a couple months ago, it looks like. At Smashcade 14... lost to Icy Mist in also 2-3 set, but beat You're Too Slow 3-0.
Yeah.
Which is crazy considering how everybody knows You're Too Slow is very good at this game. Period. But also online, more people would also like to add that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just some really impressive results from Sansko for somebody that, again, we're seeing so many people playing online that I'm just like, I've never heard of this person. Like, I don't know who to expect anything out of. Oh, this is another interesting thing. 3-0s and 3-1 over Nijin a couple of months ago as well. They've
definitely met before. It looks like it was maybe to be expected to see Sansko move forward like that.
Well, let's get out of the past and into the present. We're in grand finals here at Smashcade Online number 15. Remember, there's a pretty decent amount of money riding on this tournament. $100.
Oh, yeah.
One large bill. We're going to see who gets it between Cloudy and Sansko, two guys who have proven themselves time and time again on Wi-Fi, and Cloudy real quickly coming out the gates with those drag downs.
Okay. Pop on a split. Still into a top three, but getting a solid chunk of that bill.
Still getting solid chunks. Both of money and of pride out of this tournament. Because again, there's some threats in this tournament. And hey, Arsene might be out. That's not the only threat that we're seeing. Never mind. It's the only threat that I see. Never mind.
Makara Karn also out.
Also a threat.
Countered like that entire flame breath to get the Arsene and then immediately matched.
Oh, he does it twice!
You died at what percent? You got it like 3 times. Of course, with Arsene, that could be 80. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows? Still for Bowser,
I mean, literally, he's hit him 3 times, 67%.
67%.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. Now Cloudy. Again, without Arsene, it's going to be really hard to find a kill on Bowser in particular. Unless you go off stage.
Yeah, no recovering from that, unfortunately.
Me too, Joker. What?
There we go, but that nair, or that downer, actually.
He's going to go off again. The exact same situation got set up. So Cloudy's confident. This time, no SD. Love the stall in the air with the guns.
Flying Slam going to set up a situation off stage, but Cloudy really covering that recovery. In comes Arsene.
And in comes the Whirling Fortress, too.
Waiting for the counter that time. Didn't come through, though. There's the counter. There's the Whirling Fortress.
I thought that was going to be a much bigger punish, but you know what? You still take it.
Would have hoped for a Flying Slam, but instead a fly slamming into the stage. Not going to recover.
2 SDs from Cloudy on 2 different recoveries as well.
That's big. We're seeing an opportunity.
Oh, damage!
Oh,
he ran into it! Ah! It was all on purpose!
Forward smashable on hit. Arsene
he just ran into the flame breath on purpose.
He was like, I would love, please, delicious, give me Arsene, meter. And then gets those free iframes. Arsene! Ooh. Pulls out the knife.
The dagger.
That too. Sneak attack damage. Who would have thought through the fire and flames? He's in it.
On a cold winter morning, in a time before the light. I forget the lyrics after.
Yeah, I would have followed up if I could have.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. If
I figured that would be one of those songs that you knew by heart.
That's the thing. I guarantee you, if the song was playing right now, I could. But out of context.
Okay, here, I'll do it for you.
It was really impressive. I could hear the guitar in my mind. Going along with the slaps.
My headphones fell off.
But right now, I'm going to listen to the slaps that Tota KK is bringing.
Oh, yeah, it's Saturday.
It is Saturday.
Grand Finals music, everybody.
Good time to chill.
Great movement there by Cloudy, too, to keep the pressure on off stage. Because that's optimized movement, too. Without the auto cancels there, you're not going to be able to stay close enough to the Bowser to keep on that pressure. But at 34%, Sansko will take that, even if last game proved that sometimes he actually won't.
Yeah, that flame breath is good for so much damage, but the struggle is you are just giving him 3 meter, and then you got got to deal with Arsene.
Hey, if last game is anything to go off of, that means Sansko's going to win this game.
True, SDs equal victory.
Apparently,
just ask SD one more time and it's guaranteed.
Correlation does not equal causation.
Ah! How is he alive? I know that he's Bowser.
I don't know how he's.
Ah! Cloudy's a forward smasher, and I love it.
Hey, why not, man? 17% for that. It's been so long since I've seen Joker that I'm just fascinated by everything I'm seeing.
It's beautiful.
Oh, he wanted to kill before Arsene ran out, and he gets it out of pure fear.
Don't forget
1 minute and 17 seconds for that game.
That's insane. Cloudy now 1 game away from 3-0ing, taking the tournament off winner's side.
Which I don't like. If I had to expect anything, I'm going to take a look at the bracket, but I would wager that Cloudy has not lost a game yet. I would wager.
Let's see.
Because the way that Cloudy has been playing, I don't see
2-0
Cloudy 2-0, 2-0, 2-1 against
Nigel.
Lava Cookie.
Lava Cookie right now is round 1 out of the pools.
It appears
Might have been his most difficult opponent.
Lava Cookie, his round 3 opponent, is the only person so far to take a game off of Cloudy.
Lava Cookie has some respect to be put on their name.
Yeah, somebody keep an eye on Lava Cookie, please.
Where did Lava Cookie go?
I don't know.
Gotta be 9.
I think to Gen 3 Pokemon.
Healing from all status condition.
And Sansko's gonna have to. I think Sansko needs a mentor more than anything.
Maybe.
I'm gonna be honest.
That's what I would like if I was in his shoes.
Or a choice band or something.
You know, he needs something.
I can tell you this much: he does at the very least have huge power as his ability. But Cloudy's rolling with a power construct.
Cloudy. Oh.
Ooh, and there's that up smash to cover the quick get up option.
Wait.
Now waiting for the counter. Sansko's finally realized that when he's right up next to Cloudy after 1 hit, the counter comes out.
Made it out. Just out of range of the dash attack. Come through with a sliding up tilt. Wave, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good
To all my friends in Europe.
Do you?
Is
it morning in Europe right
smash
now?
here for you. Europe's 7 hours ahead of us, so 4 in the morning. Ish.
Morning. Good morning to my European baristas.
You would know.
I would know.
Ooh, bouncing back with that flame breath. But Cloudy, again, Cloudy's movement and spacing in particular on the movement, it's not just that he's been able to avoid the Bowser, but that he's also been able to get close enough to land the attacks within that constrained space. Oh, that's dead.
That is dead. Oh, he is not dead.
That's dead.
He's dead.
Did I stutter?
No,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I did. I stuttered.
Oh!
He's
Okay.
dead.
Sansko, once again, showing that if you jump next to a Bowser, you best be drifting away from him.
I just like to see how well Sansko's been rolling with the punches into this game 3. No matter what happens at the end of this game 3, Sansko's made moves.
Yo, Cloudy has now just done, like, he's basically just done raw grappling hook just to get the damage because he's saying, oh, Sansko's not going to do anything right now. He's just waiting for Arsene to come, man.
Arsene is almost here. 100% on Sansko. He's a forward smasher.
Some Damahe. Man, Danyo afflicted.
Up air comes through. Can't chase it with the hook with Arsene online, but definitely can chase that landing.
Ooh, chance for Sansko.
Drop kick though.
Oh,
Be
he's not
careful.
going to drop kick. There's no way.
Be careful.
Gotta be an air dodge. Yeah, you gotta get around that up smash somehow, but he
That was
jumps.
the last frames of Arsene.
And in the back hit of it, too.
Back-
The very, very back of it.
Like tippy toes of the dagger.
Yeah. Man, and there we are. Once again, Cloudy gonna take another 3-0. There was 3-0s in all of top 8 for
Only
Cloudy.
dropping a single game in his third round to Lava Cookie.
And then that was it.
That's
From
it.
there on, it was W's all the way.
Cloudy decided from that moment on,
No more L's.
no more L's.
I will not hold any of those. Thank you. Wow.
So-
So let's take a look at. There were just a couple moments that I think that we should address in that last
Look
game. This
at
is, of
this.
course, the first
Forward
one.
Smash! He literally got hit, escaped from the fire, and dashed further into the fire.
Yeah. And there's that SD from Sansko, of course. Ever so brutal when you're just trying to get your footing into that last game. But hey, 3-0 for Cloudy at the end of the day. Sansko did a really good job to make it to Grand Finals. Had
Yeah.
to overcome
Big adjustment.
the double jeopardy.
3-0ing Lights,
Yeah.
who had pretty
Convincingly
taken the
3-0ing,
first set.
by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, really good stuff from Sansko to make it that far. Hey, Lights and Sansko are both coming away from this tournament with money in their pockets. Cloud is coming away with the most, though. Once again, showing that you have to respect the Joker in the bracket.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
No
yeah.
matter how long it's been since you've seen him, that character will throw you for a loop. And it's good to see a Joker dominate a tournament again. I almost feel like it's January again.
Yeah. A little travel back in time. Just
Yeah.
remember, next time you enter an online tournament, bring your umbrella, because there's a chance it could be a little cloudy.
Yeah.
Rain coming through.
Cloudy with a chance of bullet rain, if I may. But hey, you know what, y'all? That is going to be it from us. We've seen a great tournament here, Smashcade Online number 15. Every single one of these tournaments is amazing, and of course, I encourage you to keep an eye out for Smashcade Online number 16. Whether you want to enter, whether you just want to watch, you're going to see plenty of solid players next time. Players just like Cloudy and Lights, Sansko, all these kinds of guys. I would expect to see them back, especially a guy like Sansko, who's played literally 1,500 sets of Smash Ultimate.
Would love to see more of it, and the best way to make sure that you don't miss it, follow the Twitter, follow the stream, make sure you get those notifications so that you know when we're coming back.
But until then, y'all, make sure you take care. Hope that you all have a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend. October is here and things are looking up.